Finally, after more than a decade, we are going to do that penalty kick challenge today. Greg Cody is going to do it, and his son has returned with not nearly enough shame on him. So before we talk to, I've heard all morning. You've heard it too, right? Chris Cody just saying, hey, I'm not wrong, I'm early. I don't know why I sounded like Biden there, but you've heard him all morning trying to deflect. How much shame, Zaslow, should Chris Cody have on him today as a star member of Meadowlark Media who has done the most egregious of things, which is just flatly get a report wrong?
Oh, no. You see, again, you're framing it that it's Chris Cody getting it wrong from Meadowlark Media. I think the guy that got it wrong was Chris Cody from the Greg Cody Show.
Guys, all right, you know what? I'll do this here. Actually, I'll wait for the main show. I don't want to do this now.
I don't know what a source is.
Speaking of not knowing what sources are, I don't think Chris knows this, even though his father's a journalist. Maybe none of you know it. The standard in newspapers is you don't actually protect your sources at all costs. You have to go tell your boss who your source is so that the newspaper's not liable. One person has to be told, or at least that was the standard when I was doing it. I wasn't allowed to report stuff with sources that my boss didn't know who the source was.
Then how come in every movie when the newspaper editor says who's the source, they're like, I can't tell you that.
So, you want me to tell you?
Who the source was?
I mean, Tony knows.
How does Tony know?
Told him.
I was trying to defend him. Notice the only guy that was defending him.
You gave up the goods?
Notice the only one that was defending him. I know.
You tried to not protect your source on top of getting it wrong. Like you told Tony? You didn't tell me.
Well, you hadn't asked me. I didn't know this rule about you got to tell your boss.
Leaky faucets are too. He can't tell you.
Dan,
that's true.
You know I can't tell you.
Yes, you can.
I got to protect
I
you.
can't tell you.
Got to protect the big man.
Plausible deniability, Dan. That's what that's called in the court of law.
What? What do
you mean what? What do you mean what?
What court of law are you talking about?
You're talking about if people can get sued and then you go liable and all that.
I'm talking about journalistic practices. I'm not talking about court of law, and I'm talking about the fact that he just got it wrong.
Whoa. All right. You want me to get defensive? Because I'll get defensive. Looks like the Heat were hearing the same thing as me, based off last night.
That's not defensive. Somebody.
Yeah. I mean, if we're going to do the shame Olympics here, pick a gander over across the street. Sloppy shop.
That place, I'm imagining, is going to fire someone. Is this place?
I hope not.
I like to imagine they just have a Chris Cody that was in charge of the LeBron introductory press conference and the Giannis jerseys.
Somebody's going to get fired, right? Somebody at the Heat is going to get fired.
I hope
not. Somebody on the Heat.
No.
Well, hold on a second.
It's first class.
Hold on a second. Someone's getting fired if this made LeBron mad.
Yeah.
I mean, if it loses LeBron.
That's my main concern here. All of this.
The Dan Le Batard Show.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm genuinely curious how Chris Cody felt from like 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. yesterday. And we'll see if we get some serious answers to these questions because he's trying to deflect things. But first, we're going out to his father because his father, a 71-year-old man who thinks he's far more athletic than he is. And the last time we had him kicking things, he tore a quad and said he could make a 50-yard field goal and then made one of 10 extra points and left the field. He is with Emerson Butcher, who's going to stop every single one of his shots. He's the FIU goalie, and FIU is very good at soccer. And Greg, you are still maintaining, after just watching Emerson warm up, you're still maintaining that you think you're going to make more than 3 of 10 penalty kicks?
I think I'm going to make 3 or 4, yeah. There's no question about it. I've got a psychological edge. I found out in conversing. Emerson, Lake, and Palmer is a good goalie, don't get me wrong. I call him the Pink Panther. But
you laid out for a reaction?
FIU in the championship game.
Hold on. You actually did pause for applause there on the Pink Panther? That's what you just did?
Yeah. He's a Panther. He's wearing pink. He looked beautiful. Number 30, not even a goalkeeper's number. I mean, this guy.
Can I talk to Emerson
guy,
for a
but-
second? Emerson, before you get into goal here, how many kicks is he going to make against you? How many penalty kicks do you see him making?
0.
I'm normally a good penalty saver, so probably nothing.
Okay.
I'm assuming nothing.
Yeah, that's what my guess is.
He's got an accent. He's going to be good.
Overconfident.
He's got a lot of things going for him.
All right, Greg, what
underconfident.
should be the wager here? What are we wagering? Would you be willing under any circumstance? If you get 0 goals, can we announce your number 1 catchphrase on our show instead of yours? If you make 0 goals,
That's good.
No.
Okay.
How's that for shutting down a bet?
All right. So would you like to?
I'll make more. I'll make a goal. There's no question
Nope.
about that.
Nope, no chance.
Will you?
You don't think?
I don't know.
It's a big goal, man. That's a wide-ass goal.
Do you know what foot you are?
I'm ready. Will I kick with my left or right foot?
Are you wearing shin guards?
Instep? Yeah, you know why? Because we got a rumor that Emerson here, as soon as he lets up the first goal, he's going to come out and try to kick my lower leg. So we decided to put me in shin guards.
Emerson, have you ever tried to stop the shot of someone less impressive and generally weaker than what you're about to do right now?
Nah, I mean, nah. I've never seen somebody this old in my life.
All right.
General.
He's winning.
Yeah, Greg's winded from talking.
All right, let's get started here. Let's get started. Why are you shadowboxing? You're not allowed to use your hands in this sport. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. Emerson, go ahead and get in goal. Thank you to Emerson for his time. We're going to get started here. Can I just give people, before we get started, can I just put up on the screen the video just to give people a taste? We got a practice run from Greg Cody against his granddaughter, and it didn't go well. It was pretty terrible. So let's just put on the screen the one time we've done this.
I'm not getting that. Go get it.
She jogs away because she listens to her father.
Does anyone in the shipping container believe that Greg Cody is going to make a single goal? Does he have anybody who's an ally?
I thought the number was 3.
That's so high.
I will take yes. If we're just doing 1, I think he will score a goal. Yes.
I saw Greg warming up, and he kicks the ball better than I anticipated, but I still think it's 0.
I'm not an ally.
Yeah. I'm not sure he's got enough pace behind this.
Do we want any sort of side action on the idea that there will be several, more than half, that Emerson doesn't have to do anything? He's just going to miss. That
He's just going to miss the target?
It'll be over
Yeah.
to the side. And
I mean, I don't have to give Emerson a scouting report, but if I were to, I'd say stay central.
All right, let's get started here because this is very exciting, and I urge the audio audience to find us on YouTube here.
Are we ready?
Yes, give me just a second here. Jeremy, would you, you're the closest thing we have to a play-by-play person here. Can you, in a golfy sort of way, just sort of help the audio audience along on some of this?
You got it.
So
now,
just-
usually there's 1 ball set up at a time. He's got 3 lined up. Is he doing a thing of trying to trick him of like, which one am I going to go to?
He's really winded.
No trickery.
His hands are on his hips, and he's genuinely winded. All right, let's watch this, Greg and Jeremy. You just tell us
Old
what's
man in
going
the
on.
blue, winding back.
It's not golf.
I
Emerson,
told
you
him to
ready?
do
Just told
it
me
this
to do
way.
this in
I
a golf
told
voice.
him to do it that way
I don't know why.
He's looking at the camera,
because he's not a
bent
play-by-play
to
guy.
a knee, looking like he's going to kick a field goal. And the kick, right at the goalie, and it's blocked with 2 hands.
So far, hey, but it was on target. That's a shot on target, and it had some pace. He didn't catch
It was
it.
like
One
directly
shot on
at the
target.
goalie's face.
All right, you stayed central.
He's lined the 3 balls
Forced
back
to
up,
save.
putting his hand behind him like a relief pitcher, and
Ooh,
there's
he
a
has
save.
dive.
He did have to
Okay.
dive.
0 for 2.
A
Okay.
dive to his left, right on your screen.
Greg's doing better than I thought.
No,
There
he's
are
not.
Yes,
2
he
soccer
is.
balls.
He's got some
lining
pace
another
behind
one
it.
up in the middle. And he backs up, Let's see if he puts his hand. Yep, just like a relief pitcher once again, Craig Kimbrell. He kicks straight at the
Stop
goalie.
kicking it right at him.
There's
That
nothing
one.
on these kicks.
Could have
There's
been
Caught
caught.
that
nothing
one.
on it.
He caught that one.
Take a
Goalie
chance.
jumping up
Aim
and
one
down.
way.
More safe than I thought.
3 balls lined up, and here's the kick.
Oh, there's nothing on
Not
it.
the put some oomph in
And he's
that
gonna
one.
get tired now. No chance.
Now Greg Cody
right
seems
at
exhausted.
him.
We've got a second screen action here. Here it goes, and the kick, and
Oh,
he kicks it right at the
He
goalie.
kicks it. It's like he's playing
Oh,
catch.
We should
Or
talk to him
5.
here. We're halfway through.
All right, Greg,
How
hold
many have I
on.
taken? 5?
5.
0 for 5.
Now, are you trying to set him up for something here? Maybe go at him like 5 times in a row?
A readjustment of
Found
the
me
shorts. Double thumbs up, a smile on the face. States across his chest, a kick straight ahead.
Hey, they're all on target. He hasn't taught it.
I think he's just trying to accumulate shots on goal.
He has not missed the net. The goalie has suggested he kicked to the right, and he kicked it straight once again.
Moved a little to the right.
Ever so slightly.
How many I got
To the
left?
right of
3
the
or
Three
4?
more.
3 more.
Good job, Rose.
Try to go upper
And
90
that's
on this
laughter.
one.
Try and hit like you were supposed to.
Goalie giving some
Try and go like closer to
suggestions.
that.
A deep breath, a backup from Greg. Here he goes. A grunt.
Best shot. Best shot right there. Best
It
shot.
was a great diving save to the right.
At this
By
point,
Emerson.
we
The
all
Pink
have to be
Panthers,
rooting
they
for
say.
him, no? Come on.
Well, I'm
2
gonna,
more shots on
I'm
goal.
gonna add an.
He is winded.
Hold on, Greg. Hold on.
Hands on knees. Here's a kick.
Oh!
First wide.
That's on you, though,
right.
Dan.
Yeah,
you
Dan,
can't
you
tell him to hold on
distracted
in the
him.
back of his
You're talking in his
rusty
backswing.
All right, I'll give him another one. He's still on number 8 because I distracted him there. But the reason I was telling him to hold on is because I think, and Chris, you tell me because I don't know what human resources would say about this cruelty. I think we stay here until he makes one.
I'm worried about his.
He'll die.
No, he's
Worried
looking
about
rough.
his wind.
He's looking
He's
rough.
pretty
No,
winded.
but I want to see if he's like 0 for 99. Like I want to see them get slower and slower over time, and I want to
Are we
see.
ready?
Him. Yes, go ahead.
Here's kick number 9. And
He didn't even use his
it
hand.
was blocked by the feet of the goalie, who
showing
jumped
off.
in the air.
Wouldn't you?
He jumped in the air and just blocked it
And
with
that
his feet.
is why they call him the Pink Panther.
One more, technically.
One
here.
more shot
So it's
on
been
goal.
10.
Try to
Cody sets it up with his
try a
left
little
foot.
hezzy.
Look, the goalie has both hands behind his back.
Chop your feet
Well,
and
hesitate.
stop right before you're going to strike the ball to kind of fool him, get him guessing one way.
And here's a kick.
Oh, that one had a chance at least.
Wide left.
And that is it.
Over.
Greg Cody
Emerson
goes
should have saved
0
one
for
with his
10.
head.
His hands are on his hips, dejected.
All right, regardless if we do
Looking
more,
at the
we're taking
ground.
a break here. Let him catch his win.
Yes, I'm gonna give him a chance though. I'm gonna give him a chance for a do-over. I really do want to stay here until he makes one because I think he's gonna. Are you, Greg? Do you want to keep going or do you want to quit? Because Emerson has made
I'll
this
take
look.
5 more.
Okay. Take a break here. We'll come back to you. All right. Catch your breath.
Give him 5 minutes.
Yeah. I don't want to harm you. I don't want you to be under so much duress that something bad happens on air live.
Podcasters, how's this going?
Something worse happens on air live.
Jeremy's helping, I think.
Yeah. Well, the golf voice also allows him to be totally trampled.
Yep.
And all of us to talk over him.
That's
So
exactly
it's
right.
another
It looks
reason
like
why-
Greg's
That
ready
was
to
the
keep
suggestion
firing.
by Dan Le Batard.
Looks like he's. Greg, are you going to go again?
Almost just fell over there.
I'd like 5 more.
Yeah, but-
Minutes?
Yeah, 5
5
more
more?
minutes.
Yes, but do you want to go now or do you want to catch your breath? You seem winded, and it seems like it's going to affect both your accuracy and the speed with which the ball travels.
No, I'm good.
Hydration
I'm
break.
All right.
No, we're good.
Okay, I believe that Emerson is going to start blocking these with his head. Go ahead.
Hands on hips.
Are we ready?
Are you?
And here goes Cody. And the kick. A grunt.
And a goal!
Oh, shenanigans. Michael Strahan.
Does seem as though things
Oh, that
have
was good
Wow.
placement.
May have
That
been
was
fixed.
that was a
There it was.
yeah. So he was 0 for 10, but the extra ball got him.
He always wins and loses.
bit of controversy.
Just going to keep going now.
Kicked right at the goalie.
He got one, dude.
He did get
And it
one.
was a nice one.
Don't know why he would continue to kick here.
It's funny because every time he's aiming for the sides. and they just go at the middle every time.
So it's
1 for 13 thus far. Here goes Cody, stretching out the right leg. And the approach.
I tweaked the back of my knee.
There you go. You happy, Dan?
No.
We
This is
told
Dan's
you.
fault. It's totally Dan's
It's
fault.
100% Dan's fault.
Honestly,
Sorry
though,
about that, Greg.
Get ready to
That's
pay
a win,
for the
though.
medical bills.
All right.
It ends at
Greg
13.
Cody.
All right.
You got that good insurance at Meadowlark?
Yes, of course. You know.
Grabbing
Greg,
a knee better than grabbing a chest.
Greg. All right, Greg. We got to be done. Don't do any more here. You already injured yourself. It's a success.
Trying to
What, that I
pay
injured myself?
through the pain.
Yes, it has paid off. You made a goal, 1 for 13, and you injured yourself. We can't do better than that. That's the best we can do.
He's too tired.
Shout out the Pink
Thank you,
Panther.
Dan.
Yeah, Pink Panther. Way to
Yes,
go.
thank you.
Thank you.
So
done.
bring him here real quick. Bring him over so that I can speak to Emerson real quick and thank him, and also find out just how surprised he was by the fact that one goal was successful when he had his hands behind his back and was trying to stop it with his head. Like, clearly wasn't. He underestimated Greg after being tenderized for 10 bad kicks. You noticed that. Emerson, can you tell me how you're feeling about how you did?
I mean, I think I underestimated his power, especially after I put my hands behind my back. But I did what I was gonna do. I was gonna stop everything. I handicapped myself from the score.
Emerson, let me
I
ask
was
you
too
something.
straight on. I didn't go for the post.
Emerson, let me ask you something. Did you give up a goal, or did you give up a goal?
I think I stopped trying.
Wow, Chanho parked it.
Yeah, I think because the first 10 were so easy, he got surprised that the last one was accurate.
The one that he made was a solid goal.
Agreed. But Emerson, would you have stopped it if you hadn't had your hands behind your back and clearly were underestimating him at that point?
I would have stopped with my eyes closed.
Yeah. Greg, are you really hurt? You seem really hurt.
Yeah, I tweaked a muscle right behind my right knee. I don't know what that muscle's called.
It's called a hamstring.
You gonna be able to
What's that
bowl
called? You're an
tonight?
athlete.
You gonna be able to bowl?
No, like lower, like right here. Yeah.
Sorry, ACL.
Stretch him out.
All right.
All right, get back to
Emerson was great, by the way.
Yes, and
Really
you were,
cocky for a backup goalie, but he's, he's pretty good. He's pretty good.
Emerson, thank you for being on with us. Thank you for doing this. Greg, get back into the studio so we can make fun of you here, please.
Thank you.
The sound of a lawnmower or a weed whacker.
That's a massive place over at KSP, by
All
the
we
way.
need is
Mike's
a
the local
sprinkler.
pitch.
I got emotional looking at it. It's like Ted Williams going back to Fenway.
The big story of the night that we have not yet gotten to is either somebody at the Miami Heat made a terrible, honest mistake during a practice run, or the Miami Heat are lying and LeBron James is going to be introduced on the 27th. Because toward the end of last evening, the story that this week everybody's waiting for an answer on in sports, the Heat did something that made it seem like they know that LeBron James is coming to Miami next week, and they're preparing for that. Zaslow, how did you absorb everything that happened last night? Because I believe this is a mistake that is going to haunt an employee there, because you cannot take this away from LeBron, given that the decision is something that he did, and it did not come out until they did the decision. The Sports Illustrated thing is something that he did. You cannot have the right to make your announcement your way and have your first act before you've even signed with the team be an act of incompetence that sabotages you having control over the announcement.
I do think it's something. I do. I think it's something. I think it was obviously a mistake. The Heat can say whatever they want. I think it's something, and I'm worried that LeBron looks at that and is annoyed by it, and maybe changes his mind. I don't buy the idea that you have to set up a YouTube stream 6 days in advance. I'm sorry.
So
You
we
can't convince
think
me
that Lebron, one of the greatest businessmen of this generation, is influenced by the fact that there may have been a YouTube set up in advance, likely not for the day, considering, by the way, like us as a company have done the exact same thing a month ago.
It's not the same thing.
How is it not the same thing? We set up a live stream for 3 days later for a Giannis trade that had yet to happen, that we had no information as to whether or not it was going to happen.
Right. It's not the same thing because we were going to jump on a stream immediately after Giannis is reportedly a member of the Miami Heat. When LeBron, if LeBron is announced as a member of the Miami Heat, the press conference is not immediately happening.
I don't think you heard what he said, though. Didn't you just say that we did it 3 days early?
Yeah, we set it for a Sunday night on, I believe, a Thursday or a Friday with no knowledge as to whether or not it was going to happen on that Sunday night. But we picked a random time
that's
to set
interesting.
that YouTube live stream for.
Okay, that's interesting.
Because that's what you do. You have to set up a potential time.
That's interesting.
And so
Okay.
there's a world in which they were just setting up the potential stream. Maybe it happens earlier. Maybe it happens later.
No,
it
you're
had
right.
the
That is
Wade
similar. Then.
statue
You're right.
graphic.
You're
It's
right.
the same thing.
That is similar. But as far as like LeBron, this greatest businessman. hold on, greatest businessman.
I mean, I know what he's doing. He's just trying to stroke him,
But
which is all right.
Please still come here.
But to set that part up, where this, why would that deter him from coming to Miami? You're right. Maybe it does absolutely nothing, but it definitely doesn't make him happy.
No, but there is actually something that happened. Wasn't it, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, when he made the decision to go to Cleveland and everybody was wondering where he was going, wasn't there something with his website? A web designer started putting the Cleveland skyline in the background and Cavs colors, and people were being detectives about that, and it was like his own site.
One of the great things about watching all of this over the last 16 years, there's just not been in my memory 16 years of adding a dollop of mystery to things in a way that people now enjoy podcasts, because you got these stories where you're trying to be a sleuth and you're trying to figure out who murdered someone. This engages social media in a way that is not only unique to LeBron, he's done it 3 different times, 3 different ways, trying to milk the mystery out of it in a way that helps him and the people around him, because there's nothing bad that happens with everyone still talking about you when you're the oldest player in the league. It's a real insanity how he has captured the interests of people so that everybody last night is sleuthing. Did the Heat make a mistake? Was it incompetence? The amount of attention economy around this person makes it so that what is the result of last night? Do most people think that this was the Heat? No. If they think that we knew something on Giannis when it was an innocent mistake, are they now thinking that the Heat are doing something because they know something that the rest of us don't?
Didn't we do this last week with the PTI podcast? Essentially the same thing, where the PTI podcast description was Steph Curry and LeBron's stunning Warriors
the reason
decision.
that it's not the same thing, and you're having a trouble with this first hour on what is the same thing and what isn't the same thing, the reason it's not the same thing, it's because it's the team doing it. Like, there's no information coming out from anybody from the teams. Like, we've already established the media doesn't know shit. Like,
other than Steve Kerr saying put it on Twitter.
That's correct. No, I think he said don't put it on Twitter. I think he asked them not to put it on Twitter, but you're right. Steve Kerr.
That's one of those no means yes kind of deals.
Steve Kerr did do that.
It's essentially the same thing, right, Zaz?
I think it's the same thing.
What happens with last night? Most people now think what? Because
I think we're spending too much time on it. These social media teams have to prepare for these things. They get an edict from on high. Most of the time, it gets to stay private. Also, most of the time, there isn't internet sleuthing being done about this. I can understand the level of which people are looking for clues. It was a mistake. It's something that they have to prepare for. There might have been a decision made, but I don't think the Miami Heat have been told officially that LeBron is coming. I think we'd know that. And I think that they're just preparing for that possibility.
So that is your opinion, and my question was, most people think what? Because I don't think that's what most people think. I understand that that's what you think.
They have internet brain. There's always like some massive conspiracy.
I like internet brain.
Go ahead and go to the whiteboard with your internet brain and see if you come back with something that rots our brains even more. It's not just internet brain, though, and it's not just the rampant love of talking about conspiracies, and it's not just that this is the sports story of the moment. It's also the fact that the mystery makes it so that everybody does want to cluck about this thing that is the core of when it is and how it is the transaction became more important than the action in sports. Led by this guy 16 years ago, making it so that we just love the idea of this kind of mystery. I believe the grand majority of people, I don't know if the market price changed at all.
It did.
It's been going back and forth.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I was about to make that point. Now the transaction is a business. People are always looking for an edge. And so what you don't account for is the way that people mine for crypto. They're mining for information right now on LeBron James because they can make a pick. Right now on the DraftKings sports app, you can absolutely make a pick on whether or not LeBron James is going to go to the Miami Heat. And LeBron's next team, the market price just changed. It was at -108, and I put a little shekel on that. And then I moved the line, boys. Hey. Market price down to -104.
Wow. Do you know the worth of a shekel? Put that on the poll, please.
I also don't know how odds work because I didn't move the line. I moved it in the opposite direction. Oh.
At Le Batard Show, go ahead and put on the poll, do you know how much a shekel is worth? Because I don't know what a shekel's worth. I also don't know when we stopped using shekels. Can you look that up for me, please, when it is that the shekel died?
I don't think we ever use shekels here in the United States, by the way.
I don't know where it is or how it is that we use shekels. I don't know the history of shekels. I don't know what they are worth, and I would like some information on the shekel, as much information as you can get me on the shekel, as fast as you can get me that information. I did want to play some sound for you guys, okay? And I've told you guys that Nick Wright is a take master. He wants the throne in sports of he is the best at giving the sports take. But I have found some of his work recently to be a little bit frustrating. First, when the Heat signed Giannis, he then predicted the next 4 rounds of the playoffs that were 12 months away without knowing any of who's going to get injured or who's going to play with Giannis. Just an asinine prediction that can't be wrong for many, many months, so it's just something filling the time. But what he just did recently, you guys, all of you, please, explain to me what is happening here when you are presented with an absurdity of a little while ago, Nick Wright had one opinion, nothing changed, and now he's got a totally different opinion.
To say that there are 4 teams that there are only 4 teams that are realistic possibilities, how I am stacking them up in my own head as far as most to least likely has changed considerably from last week. Where I think last week I said it was Cleveland, then Philly, then Golden State. I think right now the team that I didn't have on the list, Miami, might be the team that I think might be most likely. I might stack the list right now, Miami, Philly, Cleveland, Golden State. But with that said,
there's a lot of mites. How about saying something with your chest out?
With that said, cliffhanger at the end. I mean, we probably could
What'd he
have
say?
that part out. With that said, what, Nick? With that said, what?
Well, given what came before it, I'm not exactly dying to hear what came next.
I thought him stacking Cleveland 3rd and Golden State 4th was interesting. You asked, like, what changed here off mic, and what changed is Nick's got really good LeBron info. Nick is very plugged in. I think this gives voice to when we were vamping whether or not LeBron knew where he was going 2 weeks ago, where we were all certain he knew. He didn't. He didn't. He went through the decision-making process. What changed was LeBron got new data. LeBron sat through pitches. LeBron had it explained how teams were going to build around him and build for the future. That all happened since everyone assumed that he had already made his mind up. And I think Nick talked to sources, and that's the new data.
I think the only thing to discuss with LeBron is how much money they were going to pay him. LeBron's smart enough to look at the roster.
That's not a small thing.
I know it's not.
Yeah,
I'm saying that's the
thing.
only thing that I think could have been discussed. LeBron knows what the rosters look like. He knows how he would fit on these teams. Doesn't he sold that?
How? Well, Miami's roster is still an incomplete picture. We don't know what Miami's roster is going to look like with or without LeBron.
Okay, but it's not like Pat Riley could say, "Hey, once we sign you, we're going to be able to get this guy or get that guy." They can't predict.
Rich
who they're
Paul
gonna
has said the money's the same every place, though.
It's not though.
It's not.
Miami actually, without making any moves right now, Miami can offer almost double what the other teams can offer. Still not a lot, but it's almost double.
It's still not a lot for what it is that would be going wherever it is that it's going, because instantaneously, still somehow, even though he's the oldest player in the league, this is such a business shifter. Not just because Adam Silver is saying, I can't make the schedule until I know. The Miami Heat are going to be on television a hell of a lot more if LeBron James plays for their team. You've seen the broadcasting problems the Heat has been having because of how all of the regional outfits are sort of falling apart, and that the Miami Heat are going to be on free television this year, and that's probably not how they wanted that to go. You're going to get LeBron James on free television if he comes here.
I mean, I don't know how that affects them. I think they get their money either way, whether it's behind an RSN paywall. I think they're absolutely thrilled that they're on network television down here locally. And who knows how these deals are crafted, but sometimes teams get sales inventory, especially if it's something that's perceived as more of a risk. I think the Miami Heat are over the moon. They're accessible. It was a struggle figuring out how to watch the Miami Heat for me. Yeah, it was weird. I'm so happy they're on PLG.
The more and more you think about it, it is truly amazing what Adam Silver said the other day, where Adam Silver is actually letting everybody know there is a player, or just players in general. In this spot, player has all the leverage, has all the power over our league. In a sport where we know when you sit down at the table, the union versus the league, and it could be a battle, and it's always a leverage play, where Adam Silver just gets in front of you and tells you how much power the players have when it comes to our multi-billion-dollar television deal.
I'm curious, and I'd have to ask some questions on what Mike said, because I wasn't asking whether the Heat would be thrilled to be on free television. I think being on free television costs them money, and I think that if all of these teams wanted to be on free television, then they would be on free television. Like, they would get the local channels are hurting enough right now for content, and everybody would want the content of having LeBron James play games on their local television.
I don't know why you're being on network, on local over-the-air television that you don't need a satellite or a subscription. Like, that is a dream, and it's not afforded to many teams because most of those local channels have network affiliates. Down here in Miami, PLG eschewed ABC because being a network affiliate became too expensive for them. And actually, they leaned hard local. It makes a ton of sense for PLG, which is starting to cut deals with teams around the marketplace. And I think the ratings have reflected a boom since PLG leaned very hard local. And now the local Fox affiliate, WSVN, also has an alternate ABC channel. Miami is very unique in terms of a major market that has a broadcast network that is available free, that is presumed to be network free of a network affiliation.
And that gets the Heat money in ways that doesn't make them have to run around and sell their own stuff, like where they.
I think that I don't know how much money there is if they do like their own paywall thing. The RSN died, like it wasn't like that was their option. I think if the Miami Heat cut a deal with PLG, it's because it was the best deal afforded to them. And it wouldn't be surprising at all if they have some sort of inventory deal where they can go out and sell their own spots.
I mean, that deal changes if they knew in advance they had LeBron.
Yeah, I maybe. I mean, it's a very fluid situation right now. Broadcast rights and network television and like what used to be a set standard where you can look around the marketplace and say Team X got this, so this is what we're worth. That is all changed.
Before we get to Jeremy and his whiteboard that is filled with brain rot and conspiracy theories, Jeremy, did you hear what we were just talking about? As someone who works with what the Marlins are doing, Marlins.tv, and has seen some of the tumult and tempest around what is happening to some of these regional broadcast networks, what's right here in terms of the business? Do you have any idea? Do you understand the business enough to know what's right here about the Miami Heat being on local television?
I think the reality here, Dan, is that WPLG pays a fee to the Miami Heat for rights fees. There was a negotiation amongst the team and the network, amongst other networks, and ultimately, like, they come to a number to pay, unlike Marlins.tv, where that's run by the league on its own. So what the Marlins are doing is raking in all advertising. WPLG, in working with the Heat, I'm sure there's a deal for advertising money that can come in, but the difference is they pay a rights fee no different than some of the other broadcast networks have in the past.
So what do you have on your board there?
Okay, so we're doing some math here. So what I'm trying to figure out is where these numbers all connect, okay? So if we're looking at a YouTube that was dropped for 727, now we're trying to get to 7. How do we do that? Well, if you look at 727, what also equals 7? Giannis's old number 34 minus his number 7. That's also 27. You were just talking about WPLG. That's channel 10. Well, what equals 10? LeBron's old number, number 23, minus Bam's current number, number 13. That equals 10 as well. Things are starting to come together here, okay? The Marlins have lost 8 games in a row. Messi had 8 goals in the World Cup. Those things cancel each other out. Miami, things are even. We also haven't had the conversation yet about Louis Tomlinson, a member of One Direction, okay? He was selling tickets to a concert that's supposed to be Friday night at the Kaseya Center on 7/24. 24, 2 plus 4, that equals 6. LeBron James's old number. But that's moved over to the Watsco Center. Where? In Miami. So is the Kaseya Center, but that's not what matters right now. Louis Tomlinson. What do you think of when you think of Louis? You hear the name Louis. Of course, you think King Louis, like LeBron James is the king. And, of course, One Direction, the number 1, when you associate that with the Heat, what do you think of? You think of Chris Bosh. That's number 1, a former member of the Big Three, just like Giannis and Bam and now LeBron are obviously going to make up the new Big Three. 3, Dwayne Wade's old number, the statue that's out there, and the graphic that was on the YouTube leaked by the Miami Heat, the Wade statue retirement.
Thank you, Jeremy, for the additional brain rot. I don't know how many people are interested in the business quicksand of this, but according to the Miami Herald, the Heat received $55 million a year from Main Street Sports, and Mainstream stopped paying the team early last season. The new rights fee is undisclosed, but it's believed to be a little over $10 million in a one-year deal before LeBron. That's a good deal the local television station got. That local television station that is doing something different than all of the other television stations because they've gone all in on local news, on journalism locally, on stuff that people are ignoring. You're basically giving away LeBron James. That right there, if those numbers are right from the Miami Herald and LeBron James ends up here, you're giving away LeBron James. And it's the most beautiful things as customers are getting priced out, Zaz. Everyone's going to be able to get what could be LeBron James's last year if he comes to Miami for free on network television. It's the rare situation where the customer ends up winning.
Well, that would be the point, right? For this year. If it's LeBron's last years, expect that to change after the one.
Let's go to another, though, Argentinian call because there is blatant homerism involved with these calls. This is Pablo Giral.
Otro centro más de Messi, va pasado. A ver que le pega Messi al arco. ¡Vamos, Argentina de mi vida! ¡Nunca quedarse por vencido! 2-2. ¡Vamos, Leo de mi vida! ¡Vamos, leyenda! ¡Leo de mi vida y mi corazón! ¡Vamos, leyenda! ¡Vamos, Leo viejo nomás! ¡Vamos, Leo viejo nomás! 2-2, Juan Pablo. Esto no ha terminado. No termina hasta que suene la campana, compañero. 2-2.
So some of you might want a translation, and I'm pretty sure I heard in there your mother's a slut.
I think I heard MFer there.
Amongst others.
But did he actually say puta madre? Did I hear that?
I thought I heard that, which I can't believe.
We might need a replay on it just to
All
get
right,
ears on it again.
Well, Tony, I'm going to need your help here. You translate as much as you can. Let's get all the Spanish we got in the room because it happens very fast here. But I heard your mother's a slut in the middle of that, and that seems like not what Al Michaels would have done during a historic 1980s call for the U.S. Olympic team.
Do you believe in miracles, motherfucker?
Do you believe in miracles? Puta madre. And let me see if I've got this right. Let's write as much of this down as we can.
Otro centro más de Messi, va pasado. A ver que le pega Messi al arco. ¡Acá está el campeón del mundo! ¡Vamos, Argentina de mi vida! ¡Nunca quedarse por vencido! 2-2. ¡Vamos, Leo de mi vida! ¡Vamos, leyenda! ¡Leo de mi vida y mi corazón! ¡Vamos, leyenda! ¡Vamos, Leo viejo nomás! ¡Vamos, Leo viejo nomás! 2-2, Juan Pablo. Esto no ha terminado. No termina hasta que suene la campana, compañero. 2-2.
Jeremy, that's a professional broadcaster.
No, you're right. I felt it.
So never in my life, my heart, he said, let's bleep and go 2-2. And I'm pretty sure he said carajo 3 times.
There was 3 carajos.
What's that mean?
3 carajos?
Carajo's like,
This one's tough to translate.
How do I explain it to you?
Carajo is a difficult
Carajo's
one. It's like holy shit.
Yeah.
But it's got multiple
context is
meanings.
Tough.
Yeah.
Because it could mean super far.
I wish we could say things like that on broad. Like something awesome happens. Like when Ray Allen hit the shot, Mike Ingles should have said, holy shit. That'd be great. You could say something like that.
I don't think you can say what he did.
Rebound to Bosch. Back out to Allen. Bang, motherfucker!
This episode of the Dan Le Batard Show is presented by DraftKings Sports. DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Chris, can you give me an update on your father? Is he headed here or is he headed to the hospital?
I was told he's headed here, but I texted him, you good? And no response, so.
All right, so we will keep the cameras on, see if he limps in here, because this would be the second challenge we did with him involving him overestimating his kicking ability, whereby he injures himself.
You pushed him, Dan. I hope you feel bad.
Well, of course I feel bad because I didn't intend to injure my old friend, but I didn't see anyone here wanting to or trying to stop me. You wanted him to make a kick, didn't you?
He was 0 for 10. No, I didn't want him to make a kick. I wanted him to be blanked. I thought that was working spectacularly. Yeah. And then you pushed it, and he made one, which sucked because now it's all going to be about that one, and he got hurt. You pushed it too far.
I tend to do that sometimes. Speaking of which, just continuing the business conversation we just had, if your local television And the Heat have been in a position where they had a deal, they were expected to be paid, and they're like, where's our money? And they're like, we don't have your money. And then they signed a 1-year deal, right? Like not $45 million less than the $55 million deal. The executives at that point are happy. Oh, my God, we've got the cheap big team in town. We've got them cheap. What do you mean LeBron might come here? Really? Great. LeBron's going to be here. What do you mean network television gets all the LeBron games and we're going to go from having, whatever it is, 82 games to all of a sudden having 50 games because LeBron and Giannis are going to be on all the games? You take that, right? I mean, obviously you're getting a discount and you still take it, but all of those games are going to be blacked out locally, right? The customer is going to get not a whole season of free games. The customer, if LeBron comes here, is going to get what? Is going to get how many? What's the most number of games that are televised of a certain team? Because if LeBron comes here, the Miami Heat shoots from a few games a year.
Oh, more than a few. They just got Giannis.
I know, but a few. How many national?
We did this last week. I think the number was like 34 games that can be televised nationally.
What would, if that is true, let's just use that number. Just now with Giannis, how many do you think they get?
20-something?
Yeah, I was going to say like half of that maybe, so maybe close to 20 would be my guess. But they would get the maximum, obviously, if you got LeBron. Yeah, it's a pretty big difference.
Yeah, I do think there are some games that get to be broadcast on your local affiliate and wherever they – like the old NBA TV slot. That was always kind of murky.
Chris, I want some honest answers to my questions right now after you embarrassed yourself and the company.
I don't think that's true, but go on.
I haven't begun asking the questions yet, and already you're with the rebuttal.
Whatever it is, it's wrong.
He's going to be defensive, and he's going to try and cover up what's happening here. But just for the uninitiated, Chris Cote, for some reason, not understanding journalism, not knowing what a source is, telling me offline, hey, my source is real, but not telling me who the source was, and really believing it, reported that yesterday, late evening, LeBron would be coming to Miami. He reported this, and everyone grabbed onto it because he's a member of this show and he was trafficking in this show's credibility. I texted you, are you nervous about what it is you've done? Your response was hopeful. I'm hopeful. At 4 p.m. yesterday, what time are you allowing yourself, first of all, before we go in this, and you're saying...
Before you go on, 2 days ago was the deadline. Yesterday, he had already whiffed.
I tweeted this Sunday. It was supposed to be done Monday.
Late afternoon. When you say late afternoon, what is that window?
I'm just going to get out here and just say my statement here. I'll answer your question in this. I want to apologize for time coding this. Okay, that was my rookie move. I shouldn't have said a specific time. I still feel very confident that he ends up here. And I apologize. I've learned my lesson on saying a specific time. I was wrong on that. But I sit and stand by what I said. I still feel extremely hopeful that he comes here.
Okay, this is not useful, helpful, accurate.
I feel like we're asking Pat Riley questions. He can answer the question however he wants.
Journalistically sound.
Well, first of all, if you want
my tweet, I'm hearing things.
If you want to, my tweet is, I'm hearing that LeBron will make his decision late after. I didn't say anything about announcing it.
Good point. Gotta hand it to him.
It's a fair rebuttal.
So I can't be wrong.
Zagak.
We're playing with the semantics of that did not spread the way that it did because people read the other version of this you're having us try to believe.
You know, people from Cleveland were texting me on Sunday night.
I got dozens of texts about this.
But from who?
Oh, just people like friends.
You don't have to answer that. You don't have to answer that.
Yeah, friends. Is this
What
true?
are you doing?
College Mike, NASCAR Nate.
Oh, here we go.
Eagle Eye,
right.
And the Watermelon Man.
Yeah. But I want it also stated here. I know I'm the buffoon around here. I'm not. This is not just me making something up. I've talked. I didn't talk to just one person. That's all I'll say.
I had to answer text questions from people from Cleveland. Like, you think I want to talk to Goldhammer? You think I'm interested in that? I'm getting texts from Goldhammer on Sunday night.
You don't want to talk to Goldhammer?
No.
You don't like Goldhammer?
Whatever.
Put it on the poll. You think I want to talk to Goldhammer? Yes or no? I'm gonna leave Chris alone for the moment.
If he ends up coming here, it's a big W for the kid over here.
Chris, the kid is not turning what he did into a W. It's an L forevermore.
If I don't put tomorrow afternoon, am I still capable of winning? Like, this is on me. Rookie mistake. I shouldn't have said this is the exact time he will announce it.
It got traction, not because of the timetable that you placed on it. It was what was the last word of that message you put out
Which
there.
I still sit by.
That was capitalized. Yeah. Miami.
I think at the moment, though, that wouldn't even be a surprise to people. At the moment, given the way somehow everything has changed over the last 10 days.
But on July 19th, it was.
Everything has changed over the last 10 days regarding this, and now Chris Cody does not get to allege in any form that he gets to be right about this while he's embarrassing and very close to being fired. And I'm not kidding you when I tell you this is, in my lifetime, this has been an egregious enough offense to get people fired at media places. Like, to get it this wrong. Tony, don't shake your head at me as if you know what it was like to work in newspapers 30 years ago.
Shit. I don't. I worked at the FIU newspaper, The Beacon, by the way, in which I did write a bunch of stories, some that I got socials for, some that I didn't get in trouble.
There's a difference. By the way, I run a few outlets here, or a few media outlets I'm in charge of here. And when on my other one, when I report something, first word, all caps, sources. Wow. Powerful. That's a report. This is me hearing something of what he might make a decision. Not announce. Okay. At some point, when's the joke on all of you? Yep. All right, people? Back to your show.
You're going to allow him to win here? Are you going to? Is this going to be a credibility hit for him? Well, you know what? I'm going to not ask you this question. I'm going to wait till Greg gets back here and ask him how he feels about all of this. I'm going to wait to get limping Greg's response to this. I've been showing Jeremy lately, and I want to get you guys to chime in on this. I have been just randomly every day texting Jeremy at various points in the day when I'm in my car, always listening to some sort of baseball game on the radio.
I don't get it.
What do you mean you don't get it? Baseball on the radio is the best, and what I'm about to tell you makes me somebody who feels like he is in the worst and most pathetic of time machines. Like, because I'll listen on a Sunday morning to the 1960 World Series. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I'll go back in time, and I'm sitting there listening to Bill Mazeroski and the Pirates should not have won that series. They got outscored like 60-11, and they end up winning the game. They win the series 4-3. So I get transported in this magical timeless time machine, pathetically. And so what I'm always texting him is some form of a random score somewhere. Like, it's a game I should not be listening to. Last night, it was Guardians and Twins. And I'm just wandering around.
Against the spread.
The reason that I listen to the game on the radio, Zaz, is because of how last night that game ended. And I want to play for you the sound, how that game ended. And this is why I enjoy the worst of all the pathetic time machines.
They're on their feet at the corner of Carnegie and Ontario. The 1-2 delivery. Swung on, hit a high drive deep right toward the corner. Watson's in the corner. He jumps in. Did he make it? He made the catch! Oh, what a play by Watson! He slammed into the sidewall on a dead sprint and leap, and somehow made the catch. Ball game.
I'm in my car, and for 2 blessed seconds, an eternity in sports, I have no idea what happened in the game that I'm listening to. None.
And then after the silence, he's like, did he catch it? He still doesn't know. Ball game. Mike Ryan covers against the spread.
One of the things that announcer did during the game, and I'm just going to pose this question to you guys because I figured that this announcer would have the answer to something that he was confused by that I thought was obvious because he's around baseball all the time, but maybe I have it wrong. So The Guardians have a third baseman, Gabriel Arias, who's got just a monster arm, okay? And he made a play on Josh Bell, who hits everything hard. Like the Twins are fun because they hit and don't pitch. The Guardians are less fun because they pitch and don't hit.
That's right.
So Josh Bell hits the ball, scorches it, and Arias has time because Josh Bell's not the fastest of runners, and he throws the ball across the diamond with a bounce. And the announcer was genuinely confused as to why it is that Arias did that. And I'm curious, as I ask you guys, I have a theory on this. I've never asked anybody, but I've always assumed it. The announcer was saying, does Arias think the ball gets there faster when it bounces, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera? Zaz, do you know the answer to this? Because I think my answer's right, but I've never asked anybody. Do any of you have a theory as to why it is that infielders do that? Especially infielders with giant arms.
I don't.
Okay, because my theory is he doesn't want to overthrow him.
That's right.
That there's more of a risk in overthrowing him when you have a giant arm and you're throwing it that far across the diamond, so it's more likely to be accurate. And with a slow runner, you can even throw it off the bag, and the first baseman can get back there and get to the bag.
That's something you see from outfielders on throws to the plate. You don't usually see that in the infield.
Nothing like a good one-hop throw from the outfield.
Oh, but I see it all the time.
Oh, the first base.
I see it in baseball all the time. Infielders with giant arms
Across
are
the
doing
diamond.
this. But I was just surprised because a guy who's around all the team all the time was acting as if he didn't have any idea why. He was legitimately confused.
Why did he do that?
I've never seen it done to second from third. I've seen a lot, across the diamond.
Well, we showed the wrong highlight. That wasn't to second. It was to first. It was to first base. The throw was across the diamond. And Mike Ryan,
I've seen a lot.
Mike Ryan is so bored by winning money on the Guardians that he's yawning in our face right now, uninterested in this conversation.
But the video we just showed is
insane.
Incredible. Like the Angels' third baseman realizing, in this case, going to turn a double play and knowing that the sun is directly behind him, setting in the stadium, so the sun would be in the eyes of the second baseman. And so he makes the choice as he's moving towards second to throw the ball directly into the ground and one-hop it over to the second baseman to turn two. It was one of the most heads-up plays, and it's an example of what you're talking about, Dan. This is a guy who doesn't want to throw the ball away. He is so close to second that you're in the weird in-between space of, do you flip it underhand over towards second and know that it's wasting time and you might not be able to turn two? Or do you throw it directly into the ground like he does in this case? And it's like so impressive to see. You could see the second baseman.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Holding up his glove to block the sun. And we'll play the video in just a second. But be able to see it is unbelievable.
I was claiming that play is more impressive than the Marlins triple play last night. The Marlins had a triple play, the standard one, ground ball to third, touch third, throw it to second, throw it to first. Much less impressive than what the Angels did yesterday.
That is interesting. Is a triple play like this more interesting and more impressive? I think, honestly, as cool as that triple play was, and it was in a huge moment to keep them in the game and have a chance in the ninth, I think you're right. Like, I think we were in a situation where that double play was more impressive than a triple play.
It's so unusual what the second baseman for the Guardians did there. Like, he must have, or shortstop, excuse me, he must have told him in advance, I'm going to do this if the ball was hit to me, right?
So no, and it's the third baseman for the Angels, but you were really close. It's basically the same thing.
Well, it's not your fault. Video put up an Angels video that is not what I was talking about, and that's what's happened to Zaz. So this is there's a lot of stuff happening right now, all of it very confusing, and all of it is bored Mike Ryan. So I'm going to try to lure him back with a baseball conversation that I think
a baseball conversation
will get him. Yes, I know. I get it. I know that this is why you drifted off into the sea over there.
Fall camp opens in 2 weeks.
But Joshua Kuroda Graver for the Oakland Athletics, if they are still indeed, ouch is what he said, because he's got a ruptured testicle. He's on the injured list with a ruptured testicle. Tony, what did you just do?
I'm out on that. I don't like that. You wanted to draw us back in, so why don't I show a video of a guy's ball exploding?
Well, but it's because it's the worst injury in sports.
Yeah, but it's also like the third time I've seen one of these.
Okay.
I'm also being told, that this guy got up, got a base hit with the ruptured testicle.
He's not wearing a cup?
This is a foul ball. You can still, dude. I mean, point-blank range.
Guys don't wear cups. Yeah. Catchers wear cups.
You can still get an injury with a cup on, though. At point-blank range like that? Oh, yeah.
Okay, so you said you've seen this
Microplastics
3 times, Mike, and the thing that I feel like I have to correct you on, because I'm going to say that it was the 90s when I learned of some sort of Seattle Mariner catcher who got a foul tip and got an injury that I'd never heard of before, which is a fractured testicle, okay? So that's when I learned of the fractured testicle. I've never before heard of the ruptured testicle. This is a new phrase for me. He's on the injured list now. I was not aware that that was a thing. Are all of you aware that ruptured testicle is a thing, that you could go to the doctor and you're going to get the diagnosis, you've ruptured your testicle?
Honestly, it's the opposite. I didn't know you could fracture a testicle, because ruptured makes way more sense given the, the consistency of said testicle.
I think I'm with you.
If I ever rupture my testicle, I'd prefer to be told that it's fractured.
All right, so let's put this on the poll. Worst injury, just put on the poll first. Is there a worse injury in sports than the ruptured testicle? And also put on the poll, worst injury, fractured testicle or ruptured testicle?
I've got the answer here for the differences between rupture and fracture of the testicle. The rupture is when the tunica albuginea,
I'm sure you said that right.
the tough fibrous outer covering of the testicle, tears. This causes internal testicular tissues, semifurus tubulus, to squeeze out of the scrotum.
At least you
Or
tried.
into the scrotum.
There's
excuse
always
me.
a squeezing.
And then the fracture occurs when the testicular parenchyma, the internal functional tissue, breaks, but the tough outer covering remains completely intact. So
Thank
the
you.
inside breaks, and then the other one, the outside breaks, and then stuff goes into the
I
scrotum.
learned a lot there.
Yeah, I learned.
Tough words, but
I
I'm not a
learned.
science
No.
guy.
You put yourself out there. Yeah.
Thank you.
There's no shame in that. No one else was volunteering. Thank you, Tony.
I do not wish to shame him for the bravery of going into the breach to find the information and reading it poorly with a lot of words that seemed like they were very difficult. The problem is that he was reading, and it was so distracting to me, the number of words that were mispronounced and that I wouldn't have known if they were pronounced correctly, that I still don't know which is the worst injury. I was not able to absorb the information in a way that, and I don't think the audience was either. I don't think there's any way that the audience now knows when I ask the question again, which is worse? Roy, based on what you just heard, said by Tony, spoken poorly, based on what you just heard, do you have a better understanding of answering my question, which is worse, a fractured testicle or a ruptured testicle?
No.
Chris Cody, do you have a better understanding? Tony, I'm not shaming you. You made the effort, and I'm proud of you. It was a courageous act. It was bold. You're borderline heroic. You're making America great again. Chris, do you understand, and can you answer my question any better? Which is worse, ruptured testicle, fractured testicle?
Heard every word. Ruptured's worse.
Because of what he said, or because you decided beforehand that ruptured is worse?
Because there's a sac that protects the sac, right?
The medulla oblongata
and
part.
the fracture happens to that sac. So, like in many senses, the ruptured testicle is also a fractured testicle.
Well, but the fractured testicle isn't a ruptured
No,
testicle.
yeah, correct. Yeah. That's right. But to rupture a testicle, you have to fracture.
So, but what you're basically saying is, and I did not hear that in what he said it. First, you fracture the testicle, then you rupture it. So,
not in every case. Sometimes people survive, and it's just a fracture to that outer lining.
Right. When did we decide wearing a cup somehow isn't cool anymore?
It's uncomfortable.
You know what's not cool? You know what's uncomfortable? A ruptured testicle.
No, but I hate wearing cups. No one likes doing something athletic. I'll take my chances. Yeah, all right. It got that guy. But there's plenty of guys out there free balling it, and they're perfectly fine.
You should have to wear the cup while you're at bat, and then after you're at bat, you go to first base, you reach in your pants, you toss the cup in the dugout.
Ironically,
the next guy
I think
wears it.
More guys would be concerned about wearing it in the field than hitting, because more often than not, if the ball's thrown at you, you're turning the other way. Having the foul ball hit you directly in the balls like that is a rarity. Adrian Beltre had to score a run with a ruptured testicle because earlier in the game he had taken a ground ball off of the scrotum. And I found an example here. Josiah Mazzanillo in 1997 took a 112-mile-per-hour line drive off the groin. He ruptured both testicles, had emergency surgery to remove one of them while he was awake.
Why does he have to be awake?
I don't know. I'll look it up further.
That's
I just
local
found that information
anesthesia.
and I had to share it.
They shoot it up, and then you can just kind of... It's like brain surgery. You know you're awake during brain surgery? No. Yeah. People are awake.
Depends what kind. Don't just say like a blanket statement.
Some people are awake during brain surgery.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Are some people awake during brain surgery? Mike Ryan, you were interested. You can pretend like you're not interested again.
I'm looking to see if any goalkeepers.
We lured you
have
in. No. You can pretend again you're not interested now when
I'm
you
trying
got
to help. I'm not interested. For the record, I'm just trying to help.
It was Manny Ramirez that hit that line drive off Manzanillo.
I need more information about that. And
Yeah, because I knew you were going to say I need more information on this.
No,
so
but
was
I don't need more information from you guys. That's enough from you guys. I need our guest bookers to get Jose Manzanillo so that I could talk
Josiah.
to him. Okay, sorry about that. Thank
Made him
you.
Hispanic.
Is that
I think
also
you
a
made him
fine?
Former Marlin.
Is that
He is a former Marlin.
Wait, is that the same guy?
This
There's
guy
no
pitched
way.
for the Marlins in 2004.
Let's get him on. I want to
He
talk
was also
to
in the
him
Mitchell Report.
about this injury. Is that a fine for me? I want to relitigate something from yesterday, actually, because I think that Mike Ryan was aggressive in the way that he fined me $5 for getting the name of Rocco Baldelli wrong because I called him Rico. And I want to go to Zaslow on this to find out from Zaslow whether or not the fine can be reduced. I'd like to, the first ever appeal in the history of the fine system, now that we have a judge here, he gave me the maximum fine, $5 for getting a name wrong. I just got another name wrong on Manzanillo, so I'm assuming that's another $5, even though I got his last name right and I got his first name wrong. But I thought there were degrees to these fines, and so I'd like to relitigate this and see if I put my appeal in front of Judge Zaslow.
Let me hear your side again.
So the question is whether or not me calling Rocco Baldelli Rico Baldelli is worth the maximum fine of $5 for getting a name wrong.
I think Dan might be confusing two different fines. I just fined you for Rocco Baldelli.
Well,
I gave you the full max for not listening to the Zaz tuna fish story, which is lore.
Well, I'm gonna give each of these their own time. As far as Rocco Baldelli is concerned, you cannot call him Rico and expect that to be the same as Rocco. Those are two completely different families that would name their kid Rico compared to name their kid
It's the Baldellis.
Rocco.
It's the same family. It's all the Baldellis.
Different families. Fine is upheld. Any other cases you want me to hear?
I wasn't listening to the tuna fish part of the story that involved you guys going to Pearl Jam.
You never do. We've told it 20 times.
Instead going to Pearl Jam too. No, but the thing is, the other times I feel like I remember the story, it's because I'm distracted by the sheer patheticness of the tuna sandwich being headed to wrestling instead of Pearl Jam. Like, it's different. The two stories are different. You go to Pearl Jam with a tuna fish sandwich, that's one kind of sad. You go to wrestling with a tuna fish sandwich, that's a different kind of sad.
The
Tony,
tuna fish sandwich was never supposed to reach the automobile. The tuna fish sandwich was supposed to be eaten solo by me in my kitchen. Mike arrived to my home early. I wasn't going to make him wait, and I also wasn't going to eat alone in the car. So I made him a tuna fish sandwich, none of which was planned. The only thing that should have come of this was a thank you. That's it.
So you went to the car with the fish sandwich, and he had the tuna fish sandwich. You guys just had smelly-ass breath the whole ride.
Whatever. We're smelly-ass breath. You don't smell each other when you're sitting that close.
I have to hear you talk about Pearl Jam for 5 hours.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
So when Manzanillo got hit, he fell to the ground, but he got up and threw out Jim Tomei, who was running home. They were playing the Guardians, or the Cleveland baseball team. Threw out Jim Tomei at home, then laid on the ground for 5 minutes, but after he laid on the ground for 5 minutes, got up and sprinted off the field before having the surgery to remove his ball.
You're telling me that if I got in the car with a tuna sandwich that I was eating myself, and it was lunchtime, I'm eating a tuna sandwich, you're telling me Mike wouldn't have said, wow, that's a little bit rude that you're eating and I don't have anything? Come on.
The answer is no to that, and it is yes to the fact that you absolutely had tuna on your breath when you walked into that Gin Blossoms concert. Everyone can smell it. They're still talking about it. They're talking about old tuna breath at the Gin Blossoms concert.
It's such bullshit, okay? This is going back 20 years ago, and I remember turning on the radio the very next day, and you guys are making fun of my hospitality.
Dan didn't remember that segment.
When talking to The Athletic in 2018, trying to describe what things looked like, he said, how can I give you a great example? You know when you open the faucet, inside my body, I just felt draining running inside of me and going into my private parts, and it started getting bigger and bigger and bigger. That's when I got scared.
It was on a Kaiser bun, too. It wasn't like just on like white bread or wheat. It was a Kaiser bun.
Yeah, smelly ass brother. It's okay. So, Dan, to answer your question about rupture versus fracture, the internal testicular tissue, the tube squeezes into the scrotum. So that's the water faucet that he felt was that stuff going into his balls, dude. Made him grow huge.
I don't mess around on nothing, too. I put mayonnaise on that. I know there's a little bit of mayonnaise in the tuna, but whatever. I spread a little bit on that Kaiser.
Don't you guys assume that the reason that so many major league players, I didn't think it was discomfort. This is what I assumed when it comes to not wearing a cup or not wanting to wear a cup, because it can be uncomfortable. But I imagine we would have the science at the height of athleticism to make it so that the athletes could get the best of gear when it comes to comfort in playing sports at the highest level. I always assumed that the reason for that would be like the reason that Ed McCaffrey, as a wide receiver, he was not afraid of getting injured. He wanted to just be this much more aerodynamic, wanted to be this much faster, and so he wore super thin pads and a really tight uniform because he wanted to run faster. I assumed that Major League Baseball players might not go with the cup because somehow when they're running or whatnot, they might be a degree faster if they're not wearing a cup.
Well, how often do you guys get hit in the dick? I get hit in the dick a lot. I'm a goalkeeper. It happens a lot. I opt for no cup. It's part of the job. I get hit in the dick. I'll roll around on the ground. But that'll happen. Sometimes, it'll happen a lot more in a short span. But then sometimes I can go a year without getting hit in the dick. Tell their bodies not today. I always finish the game.
Chris Cody, your father, what are we doing with your father? It is taking him a long time to get here. Are you sure he has not gone to the hospital? And have you checked in with him just to make sure your father is okay? If you're just joining us, Greg Cody did another kicking challenge. He again injured himself. He went 0 for 10 on penalty kicks. He did make the 11th, but when he got to the 13th, he clearly injured his calf. And it was a stunner that a winded Greg Cody made a single one of 13 penalty kicks. But look at him there, Zaz, celebrating. He thought he was going to make more than 3 or 4, and he's celebrating making 1 of 13, and he injured himself.
He did text me. He said, should be walking in the studio around 10:10. I really did tweak a muscle in the back of my right leg, but I am still hopeful I can bowl tonight.
So after getting hit with the line drive, in his next 11 appearances, he had a 7.5 ERA before the Mariners sent him down for the rest of 1997. He missed 1998 as he was in the minor leagues, came back up eventually, but he pitched 6 more years in the big leagues, the last in Miami as a 36-year-old. And after 1997, when that happened, he wore a cup and became known for pounding against his crotch on the mound.
I mean, at that point, you got one less ball.
I remember that.
I need to talk to this person and interview him vigorously to get to the bottom of this story in a number of different ways. He's clearly a good quote, and I fear that I might be losing some audience here, and I'm okay with it in exchange for the horrors of this story, because I learned of the ruptured testicle this morning. I did not know that that was a thing that can happen. Something else that I learned of this morning that I did not know is that John Harbaugh is speaking, I guess, for one of the first times to the Giant rookies. And you have to understand, this is the big free agent guy in Kingsport. This is the guy everyone wanted because we do an interesting thing when it comes to leadership and the middle managers who run these teams for the front offices. We make them super famous. We make them super powerful. The football coach, I think, has a special place in American pop culture worth more than the other coaches, I think. As much as we do the worshiping of, I love this guy as a leader in football, the physical sport, the leadership overlord over those particular men doing that thing on Sunday, we think that these guys aren't primitive, that they are people who can go to a fountain of inspiration and move any men. And this was the guy everyone wanted, and this is the guy who's going to fix the Giants who've been bad for a long time.
I want to play this. He's talking to the Giants rookies for the first time. It's a new game called Inspiring or Awkward.
Welcome, man. Good to see everybody here. You excited?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, a little nervous?
Nope.
Huh? A little nervous? I'm a little nervous, man. I'm nervous. Excited nervous, you know? Nervous like before a game almost, man. So give this thing kick off. I'm standing up here in front of the New York Giants. The New York Giants. This is a New York Giants sitting in this room. The New York Giants. Wow. It's an honor. It's an honor to stand in front of this room right now. And I know those coaches back there feel the same way, right, coaches? Certainly. It's an honor, man. We've been working, haven't we? We've been working early and we were late getting ready for today. Today. Sitting in this chair, this seat, getting to work, getting started, our beginning. Because this is where it all begins, together.
I go with awkward.
No, that's motivational.
The Giants are in this room.
New York Giants.
No, there are people in that room that hadn't considered that. I bet you there are two undrafted rookies that are like, man, where are we? This is a New York.
We've been working hard.
It's a New York Giant.
Coaches, we've been working hard, right?
Yeah, coach.
Yeah.
You'll never hear an assistant disagree. Oh, it's all right. We're easing into it, coach.
I think that what is possible there is that Harbaugh doesn't realize that he's in a room full of people so young that they don't have memory of the Giants being any good.
I believe that because to John Harbaugh, I do not doubt that the New York Giants mean something as a brand. But to many people in that room, the Giants did win 2 Super Bowls with Eli Manning. They beat the undefeated Patriots. I think it still has cachet. But they are viewed more as a punchline lately. So, yeah, no, we're going to change the narrative. This is the New York Giants.
I love the coaches part because the coaches are not expecting to be called upon. They're in that meeting in the back. It's like, all right, when he's not, whatever you said, coach.
What's a tipping point on being able to say that effectively and reaching the room? This is the Nashville Predators. Guys, let me say that again.
That's a tough name.
That's not the tipping point.
This is the San Jose Earthquakes.
The Minnesota Timberwolves are in this room right now.
Let me say that again. We're the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I don't think that that's the tipping point. I think that we can find, as Greg Cody...
We're the Ottawa Senators. Let me say that again. For those that didn't hear me the first time, we're the Ottawa Senators.
Greg Cody is here. He has limped into...
Be a little louder, Greg.
Yeah, he seems like
We're the
he's...
Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in California. Let me say that one more time. We're the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim in California.
The Los Angeles Angels is redundant in a way. You okay, Greg?
I'm good.
Okay.
Thank you.
You seem unhappy. You seem...
No, I'm perfectly happy. I injured my right leg, so I'm not feeling perfect, but we're good.
I want to get to how it is that you feel about how you did. But, Tony, just give me, please, the Giants' record last year.
Last year, Dan, not a good year. They were 4-13 and 24. They were 3-14 and 23. They were 6-11. 22, they were above 500. They were 9-7. 21, they were 4-13. 2020, they were 6-10. 2019, they were 4-12. 2018, they were 5-11. 2017, they were 3-13. 2016, so 10 years ago, was their first double-digit win.
Okay, those are all rookies. They were not even teenagers. The people in that room have no functioning knowledge of the Giants being any good at football.
2016, they were 11-5. That was their best year.
They're thinking of the Daniel Jones year when they're thinking back to Giants.
Man, you're a Colorado Rocky. Think about that. Colorado Rocky.
That guy, what was his name?
Goodwin. I saw him on the
Yeah, the guy that you asked me about the other day. What was his name?
What was his name?
Hunter Goodwin?
Close.
Hunter Goodwin, yes.
That guy? It's not?
Goodman.
Good man?
Yes.
Is he good?
Yeah, really good.
He's good, and the Rockies haven't had a good win in 10 years either.
Also, we've been informed that Josias Manzanillo is in the Dominican Republic right now and is, quote, not doing any media. But I'm working on Manny Ramirez and Jim Tomei because they are the guys who were thrown out at the plate and hit the line drive not respectively,
Okay,
but the other way. I
get
don't
the
know what it
guest
is.
bookers on this because
What is he doing down there, Dan?
He's Dominican.
What is he doing down there?
What is he doing saying he's not doing any media?
He might not want to talk about this anymore. He did a really long article
Okay, but he
with
says
The
he's not
Athletic.
doing any media.
Fair.
A lot of requests coming in. He's not
That's
doing
fair.
any of
You
it.
know what? That's fair.
What is he doing down there? He's just hanging out on the beach. Come on.
How entitled are you, Zaz? You get to just do media with whoever you want to do media with? This guy is so tired of talking about his ruptured testicle. Everybody wants to talk to him about his ruptured
media.
testicle. He's like, I made it to the major leagues. You know how hard that is? I played a decade in the league. The Giants haven't been good in a decade. Everybody just wants to talk to me about a ruptured testicle. Greg, do you believe you're going to have to get something looked at? Do you believe you have legitimately hurt yourself here in a way that's going to require rehab or surgery?
No. I pulled a muscle in the back of my right knee. I don't know what that muscle is called.
You don't have a lot of muscles back there, Greg. So it's either the calf going up or the hamstring going down.
Could
That's
be.
what they mean.
Burst or sack of some sort.
Yeah, no, and once that happened, I was incapable of taking another shot. It was sad because I was just getting my wind. You know, I was just getting psyched up and getting ready to put a couple of pills past the doctor there. But it didn't happen. I disappointed myself. I was 0 for 10. Made one soon after, but still very disappointing. I had good pace on the ball, I thought, but I was kicking it right at him. I made it easy for him. I think only 2 of his saves he had to leave his feet for, so I'm thoroughly disappointed. I demand a rematch. Nice kid, though, that goalie. Nice kid.
How'd you feel about calling him a backup at the end?
Well, he is a backup. He was a little cocky for a backup. Not only that, but his FIU Panthers just lost to my alma mater, the FAU
don't
Owls.
do that. You went 0 for 10 on kicks and then hurt yourself, and you only made one when you had two hands behind his back.
Right.
Weren't you FAU's backup goalie?
I was on the club team, yes, in the late 70s. That's correct.
What about
Clayton? Or Clayton, I'm sorry.
Who is Scott McCullough?
You know, I have a friend named Scott
That's
McCullough.
my
I'm
mom's
sorry.
coworker's husband.
I have a okay, I'm sorry.
No way.
Apologies. Okay.
Can we call him and ask what he would have done in that spot? Please.
You have his number, Chris? That's funny.
Try it again.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry to both McCulloughs. But if I'm the manager, my emphasis is this kid deserves a once-in-a-career shot at a perfect game. My emphasis is not, you know what, we have a 4% better chance to win if we go to the
what
bullpen.
are the things, now that you're making the list, what are the things more important than winning? Because I do agree with him. I do think there are rare instances where you can prioritize the individual over the team, and this would be one of them because it's not even a no-hitter. Like, that time is past in baseball. There are a lot of bullpen no-hitters, and in fact, I don't even think that they get very much fanfare anymore because of how it is you've cheapened the no-hitter when it's 6 bullpen guys walking 6. But a perfect game, 27 batters faced, your team doesn't make any errors, you don't walk anybody, nobody reaches base. There have only been 24 of those ever, and he was 6 outs away. Do you guys hear a lot of arguments on the other side of this? Is this about as close as you will come to consensus in sports, where most sports fans are like, oh, come on, they used to throw 130 pitches. You got to let him finish that game. I'm tired of all of these maximizations of efficiency that steal the sport's soul by doing silly sort of math instead of like giving a young pitcher a chance at immortality.
I mean, almost every Marlin fan reaction that I saw wanted Yuri Perez to at least have a shot at getting 6 more outs. It's why it was so weird. Like, the Marlins television guy, Kyle Sealaff, called Marlins fans brain dead.
Yeah, he
who
did.
felt that way.
He did.
What?
Yeah,
brain dead.
Yeah, he apologized for it. He walked it back, but yes, He was castigating the audience in a way that was dismissive, and he then apologized.
They have a dead brain, Greg.
That's absolutely ridiculous.
What?
There you go. There's a rumor that may make the catchphrase. Countdown. Right, and the committee has met on this, and the reason it qualifies for the catchphrase countdown is that although that just sounds like gibberish, what it is a repeat of the word what.
Tony, you got to work on yours because it does have that.
Well, he's the master,
I
though.
know, but
Mine's lacking the parrot.
Well, you can try to upgrade your game.
What?
Yes, it's a series of 8 was, WHU, followed by a what? Yes.
I'd like you guys to challenge each other here.
Okay, go ahead, Tony.
What?
Oh, I see where it is. It's his cheeks are looser. That's what it is.
That's it.
What?
No, you got to start off a little higher.
You know, it's a Cody thing. The Codys can do it.
Can you do it?
Can you do it? Let me see. That's more chicken. That's chicken than parrot.
Do it again. Let me hear you.
That was a bub sound.
I was trying to show off. Go ahead.
Yeah,
do
you
it.
got to go. Better. That's my boy.
By the way, I've gotten Scott McCullough's number. I'm going to text him.
All right. Well, no, just call him. Let's
Call him.
Let's,
I haven't talked to this guy in 15 years.
Just say it's Chris Cody.
Oh, just okay. Yeah, this is a
No,
normal thing to
I
say.
want to hear. I want him to pick up the phone and go, Scott.
My dad
how you
confused
doing?
you with the Marlins manager.
Chris Cody.
Do it on speaker right
let's
here.
let's do the whole thing.
Hey, it's Chris Cody.
And we'll let him know he's on air.
Yes,
We're old friends.
Yes.
All right, here we
Just,
go.
hey, this is Chris Cody. Call me back.
These are the dangers of doing some of these things live.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Oh,
Give him the reason. Give him a long
Chris
reason.
Cody calling about the Miami Marlins.
Scott's going to hear that and go, what?
Please stay on the line. So we'll see if we get through.
I would have liked the more
Holding music.
He's going to be like, Chris Cody, the Marlins. How's Beth?
Just go right into the question.
Why? Hey, it's Chris.
okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm sorry, this person is not available.
Chris, hold on. Hang up, and now call back, and make the explanation more detailed.
Okay.
Say,
What would you have done if you had your pitcher with 6 outs left in a perfect game?
Yes. Give him.
Chris again.
Hey, it's Chris again. I'm calling because my dad referenced Clayton McCullough. He said Scott McCullough. He meant Clayton McCullough. He said Scott McCullough. He's talking about the Marlins. We want to know if you would have done the same thing as Clayton McCullough with this big Marlins controversy on Sunday. Call me back.
I fear that I have made a terrible mistake, and I don't know if you guys have spotted it yet. Greg Cody's sour, and he's come in here sour, and he's a prideful man, and I don't believe that we're getting the best mood from Greg Cody, the most I want to be here from Greg Cody. I don't know if there's a degree of shame involved in what's happening. His son, impervious to shame. Gets it wrong journalistically on Monday and shakes it off. Don't know how Greg Cody, his father, felt about that. Your son reporting that LeBron was going to make a decision Monday and totally getting it wrong. Your thoughts are what there as what is usually his proud father.
I mean, I don't know who his source was or is, so I can't.
As Tony told
gauge
Tony.
the credibility of it. He told Tony.
I can't tell who it is.
Okay, I can't either because I don't know. So I, you do something like that, and you're throwing a dart at a board. If it hits, you look like a genius, and if it doesn't, then you rationalize it. You say, "Oh, LeBron was going to decide Monday."
But hold on a second, Greg. You have journalism standards. You care about journalism,
right?
and
But he doesn't.
Yep, but you care about credibility,
Right.
and the reason that got the traffic it did is because he's trafficking off of the credibility that is here on this show. I was asking while you were out there, when it comes to sourcing and the fact that he doesn't know anything about what a source is, are you someone who remembers the time in newspapers, or did this change where you had to tell your boss who your source was?
Yes.
That you were not actually keeping the source to yourself because the newspaper had liability issues. You had to go tell your boss and then risk going to jail if you told anyone other than your boss in protection of that source.
Right. Yeah. Back in the many years when I covered beats and was actually working on news stories and occasionally breaking a story. Notice how I said occasionally. There were, the executive sports editor would say, well, who's your source? And you go through the motions, you say, well, I really hesitate to tell you, but then you eventually tell him because he insists, and it stops with him. It's not as if he's going to ruin your source by telling anybody that he shouldn't.
Now, I don't actually know if this is the rule throughout the industry. I just know it was the rule at the Miami Herald.
Yeah. Greg, are you okay?
Yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah, you sound nervous.
Nervous?
Yeah, it's okay to be nervous. I'm
About
nervous.
what?
It's a big show.
I'm nervous.
Why would I be nervous?
Like it's before a game. Guys, we've been working hard, right?
Yeah.
Greg,
yeah.
this is the Dan Le Batard Show.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, let me say that again. This is the Dan Le Batard Show.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Right. I'm familiar with
The
it.
Dan Le Batard Show.
Yeah. I listen to it whenever I'm on.
The Dan Le Batard
Okay, what are we doing
Show.
here? What is going on? What am I missing? And by the way, I am not ashamed of my performance. I want to make that clear. I am not ashamed of my performance.
You said you were going to make 3 or 4. You went 0 for 10.
I went 0 for 10, but then soon after that, I struck one past the goalie.
You were 0
to
for
his
10
left.
in the time allotted for you to take kicks, and you were given bonus pity kicks until you made one.
Okay, I think I had good pace on the ball.
Watch the goalie. He's so ready to move and then doesn't need to.
He was legitimately stunned that one rocketed past him. He was underestimating Greg for good reason. Everything was kicked right at him, and he kicked one of them with his own feet.
You know what I noticed? The one that he saved with his foot, not only did he save with his foot, but he saved it with his back foot.
Yeah, he was showing off a little bit. It's okay. That's on me. But I struck the ball well. If I had to do it again, I would.
You didn't. Those
Yeah,
were
I did.
duck farts you kicked at him.
Oh, like you could do better. Greg, you did great.
I don't know why this is about me.
You can't do better.
You're the one
for sure.
taking shots. You can do better. I bet you Greg looks better and more graceful.
Well, now we're going to have to do this again.
Well, the goalie told me afterward that he was shocked that I had that much pace on the ball for someone my age.
He also said he'd never seen anyone hold there, which was just wild. I believed him. I've legitimately never seen anybody this old, which was just a crazy
You
line.
don't have a grandfather? What's going on?
How did we not ask him how old he thought you were?
So every time you were aiming for one of the corners, right?
No, I was aiming to put the ball past him left or right, but I wasn't aiming for just inside the post.
But my point is you weren't going like strategy-wise, he's going to jump, I'm going to go up the middle. You were aiming
no.
and you just couldn't kick it where you were aiming.
Well, I have more accuracy with my instep, but I don't have the power. With my instep, I can make it kiss the post.
But you're a toe poker.
No, not toe, top
No,
step.
You
top
didn't,
step.
Man, if you use the great toenail with a toe poke, now it has its risk.
It does.
Deflating the soccer ball among them.
Well, you don't get much accuracy with
You
a
get
toe
toe jam
poke.
football. Oh, the Beatles are litigious.
Greg, you say you're not ashamed, but how are you feeling? Zaz, you felt it, right? He came in and he's been a little bit sour since he's been here.
Like, at what point, Greg, after what kick, did you realize I'm not going to get any?
I never thought that. I always thought the next one was going in.
Like a true great.
Thank you. Thank you very much. See, Mike knows. He saw the velocity on my shots. He knows they had a
But
little
the
power
goal that you
behind them.
scored was a nice feathery finish. I don't know if you meant to do it, but you beat him on that. I know he was doing some stuff, but He didn't know where you were going with
Right,
it. Like,
that's
even
true.
if you were jumping, he would have missed that.
That's true. Anytime you hit the inside of the corner net, you know you've hit a pretty
Well,
good
but
shot.
Mike Ryan is sitting here saying that Greg Cody has the champion's attitude of, if I've missed the first 17, what am I thinking on the 18th that I'm going to make it?
Yes.
That makes sense if you're an all-star or Hall of Famer. What it is with Greg Cody is sheer delusion.
No.
Just sheer blanket delusion.
I disagree. Unlike yourself, I've played on a soccer team. I've worn the uniform.
I played on a soccer team.
I'm the man in the arena.
I wore a headband and got my dad so mad because I was a showboat and he thought I should be more respectful. My father was conservative in ways that embarrassed me.
Okay. How old were you?
40.
Okay.
Was?
You're welcome for that setup.
Get close to the mic, please.
I think he thinks his thermos is the microphone.
Hello. Hello. Am I on? Hello.
We all do.
You're not embarrassed and you're not sour.
No.
You're fine and we can continue
No,
with the show?
I'm proud of my performance. I'm happy as a clam.
The Cody's don't embarrass.
Pat McAfee has a music album dropping August 14th. The Diary.
That's too bad.
Stole my bit.
Hold on a second. The Diary of a Polarizing Figure, and I told you that this is not. Jeremy thinks that this is spoof. It is not spoof. The folks who run Pat McAfee's career, and I'm forgetting, I think it's Ari Emanuel, right? Says he wants to make him Sylvester Stallone. Like there's an action star move being made here in sports. And if you're watching it, what is happening at ESPN, the timing for an album drop is pretty perfect, right? Because he's getting blamed by people who don't understand the finances of any of this for ESPN having to let go of beloved personalities and polarizing personalities. Zaslow said yesterday on the show that this happens at ESPN every year or so. He's gotten used to it. I have not gotten used to it because those letters, the entire time that I've been a part of the business, have been the most stable in all of sports except for the last few years. So it's fairly shocking to see Ryan Clark let go in that fashion and sort of the political wars and the journalistic wars of how that happened to embarrass a proud black man at the end because an institution covered in shit stains does the reporting. Someone leaks the information to an institution covered in shit stains that is a perpetual grift. And in the back and forth of the shadowy world of deal making and stupidity, ESPN fumbles the ball and is now being accused of leaking the story first to The Athletic so that it couldn't be a story where at the end the proud black man gets the embarrassed thing after being a political figure for the last 10 years. Because Ryan Clark is a football player, but he's not famous and actually really polarizing, more polarizing than McAfee, only because of the times we're in and only because of what's happening everywhere, all across sports media. You may think, in some perspectives, that Stephen A. Smith introducing Bill Maher is indeed comedy. Less so for me as I watch what happens to something I cared about, all of it. Like I'm talking about the all of something that I cared about, destroyed by the stupidities of leaked stories that embarrass people because executives or people who don't have real power try to do an agenda of, I'm going to leak this to the shit-stained grifter and see if I can get them their clicks because I'm on this side politically. And then what happens is Ryan Clark is embarrassed on air because they don't know how to do that correctly. It's easier when you have the planning of Linda Cohn. It's harder when you've got a series of dishonest brokers out there inside and outside of your building, infighting on, I'm going to make the political statement. You know how I'm going to show people how different things are since Kaepernick? I'm going to bleep Ryan Clark at the end. Watch me do this. Watch how my constituency enjoys when I do this. When I get the reporting out a day before everyone else. They had it planned for Tuesday. Let me embarrass this dude because that's the game I play at a dishonest time with something that isn't even media. It's just a dishonest entity in a costume of media.
Leaks happen all the time, obviously. But the part about it that bothers me that I don't understand is the cruelty of it, essentially. Like, why do you want to hurt someone? You know, if right before ESPN, you know, let's say in this instance, they come up with the deal where they're merging with NFL Network. Okay, they're negotiating and they're like at the 1 yard line. You understand how that can leak out. Hey, it's a big news story. It's a big business story. That'll leak out. That's not going to hurt anyone. Okay, it's just that's news, and for whatever reason, someone's leaking out. Maybe to help.
That's not hurt anyone.
Who's that supposed to be? I'm gonna continue. I understand that kind of information getting out. Maybe you want to help a reporter where it's like, hey, here's a great scoop. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. But when you're leaking a story that someone is about to be fired, all you're doing there is really hurting the person. That's where like the cruelty comes out that I don't understand. Why would you leak that information that's going to embarrass this person?
But that's the reason. That's precisely the reason.
Because they don't like the person.
ESPN is going to be blamed for this.
But it happened with Ravitch, you said yesterday, too.
Sloppy shop. I think that if there is something that you speak with conviction on this thing, it should be that ESPN handled all of this poorly. They handled the Linda Cohn thing well. That was a mutual discussion. She got to say goodbye. Clearly was lumped in.
So you think she was going to be laid off?
I think they looked at their talent numbers and had a number in mind and had to get there, and it was tasked with certain managers. And they looked at Linda and they gave her a graceful goodbye that I'm sure Carl Ravitch wish he got. Yeah, he was on games now, but that's one of the best studio hosts they've ever had. Oh, yeah. Like the Baseball Tonight show that he helmed was a tremendous studio show for the time. Probably the best thing going, and it would have been nice to have him. He's a luminary at ESPN.
Possible he was offered the same thing as Linda Cohn?
But all of this was just handled so poorly. The fact that you have a situation where there's someone that you're planning to let go on a Tuesday, be on the air on a Monday, and risk that situation just shows sloppy shop.
It is easy to say. I do not object to your criticism. The thing, though, that I wanted to discuss here is I also believe that they're unprepared for some of what happened here because the preparation you have to do is for dishonest brokers. They clearly had a plan to have all of these people done on Tuesday. They did not expect someone from inside of their building to let that out on Monday.
ESPN didn't expect leaks? Why?
Mike, they fired Adnan Virk for a leak. They did it very publicly. Jimmy Pitaro made a big scene about, no, there will not be leaks at this company. And then all we saw after that was the people who were leaking weren't the talent. They were the executives.
It was very obvious who was leaking the stuff. It was very obvious given the spin. And Pat McAfee, credit to him, doxed one.
So this is where we started the conversation. The Diary of a Polarizing Figure. It's a music album that's dropping August 14th. And think about the promotion of, I want to make the next Sylvester Stallone. Look who emerges from the ashes getting all the money as all of the past and personalities are knocked aside in a way that's aggressive, okay? Top-end heavy on how you're paying people at your network because they're the people who pay for themselves and everyone else is disposable. As people complain and are outraged by this isn't how you do it. You don't fire longtime personalities as people who don't understand the business. Blame Pat McAfee. What a promotional item for the wrestling guy on College Game Day to emerge from all of this talk of he stole all the money and say, I've got an album dropping now. Check out my show. I'm the biggest star in sports. Stephen A's over there making less than me, going with Bill Maher, trying to build out his own brand. I'm going to build it on his platform because I'm in charge now.
Pat does a masterful job of seeming dangerous and seeing like he's raging against the establishment. He's not the establishment pick while he's rep by Ari Emanuel and gets put on everything and gets tremendous opportunities. It's a very difficult thing to pull off without overexposing yourself. And I think he's polarizing, but he's a megastar.
But the game plan, just so that you understand what's happening in these machinations, is Stephen A. uses Disney and ESPN now as his second job because he figured out what McAfee already figured out, which is I got to build the other thing so when these people get to firing, I can have my own thing. He's repped by Mark Shapiro, who used to be the president of ESPN and ran Six Flags for Daniel Snyder. And that's one gamesmanship happening in career management where you're asking Disney to give me the Omaha money. Give me production budgets. I want to be a bigger star. I want to take care of my staff. I want to make albums. I want to be a wrestler. I want to be the biggest thing this place has ever seen. I want to change the entire place while Disney and ESPN somehow keep getting called too woke. All the journalists are out the door now. All of the black people, or almost all of the black people who are actually going to say things that black people agree with strongly, all of them are gone too. You're going to have trouble finding Hispanics. Like, you're going to have a network run by McAfee and all of the white people now in charge there and at NFL Network, because they'll file this under, all of it under, we had to do this because the NFL came on board. We gave them 10% of our property. We are a giant business with them together. This is just business. That's what Jimmy Pitaro is saying, and it's understandable. It's the way to do it. But they've clearly gotten all the woke out of the building, right? Like,
no, Mina Kimes is a big star for them.
She's the one now.
And she's woke. Oh, is she woke?
Okay, but she'll be the new Ryan Clark in terms of
she's a girl and she never played football.
So that's what's going to get weaponized. So they're going to move from Ryan Clark over to her to see how she's
they've already done it. They have moved on to her. Like, she's been a bullseye target for a while.
I think the thing is you're looking at this across all of media, right? Is you're watching the opinions of any level of minority group, no matter how you look at it, sort of being squeezed out. So this is our example of it within sports. We're looking at ESPN. Those are the four letters that we look at as the biggest network amongst all of it. And we see someone in Ryan Clark where that news isn't just leaked. That news is leaked to Outkick. That's with reason. That's an outlet that is always looking for stuff on that particular person. And for them to be the ones who initially grab it, only for The Athletic to sort of save that leaking for whatever it was, is an example of like where this is all specifically going. This isn't just a wave of layoffs like we see every year with ESPN, like we've seen for the last decade. Like that's where all of cable news and cable sports has gone. You see layoffs, but the way that this one went, the particular names that you saw and the particular organizations that received those leaks shows you what the effort is, which is just at the very best, it's down the middle. Opinions are gone for anything outside of break down this game.
At ESPN, I could always tell who leaked it by where it went.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about this part for a second, though, real quick before we get out of this subject matter, because Ryan Clark was embarrassed. That's the punctuation on a decade-long career that began as an intern there. Like he was interning there while he was a football player because he wanted to learn the media business. And it's a pretty instructive 10 years in the history of America, I would say, in terms of some of the things that end up happening, where we end up in 2026, whatever ESPN was, it is no longer. You take that however it is that you wish to.
You don't think so? Guys, this is ESPN. Let me say that again. This is ESPN. Yep. The worldwide leader. Jacked up thinking about it.
We work hard.
It was embarrassing and the thing that people were talking about, because as you're seeing, we love this stuff. There's something else that has changed. It's not just ESPN, it's the entire climate around it. So the LeBron James social media mistake is all over television today as the news item of the day. An embarrassment. We enjoy dining at this particular trough so that we're talking a lot more about Ryan Clark than Carl Ravitch, even though Carl Ravitch just had a 30-year career ended at ESPN in a pretty disgraceful way as well. And we're not talking about that the same way because the juicy one is Ryan Clark getting embarrassed.
Oh, but he would have been the juicy one even if he wasn't embarrassed. Like, if he was just let go yesterday morning, he's still the juicy one.
Correct, but it's made all the more of a transcendent story. Like, there are some things here that are just interesting to sports people, but there are plenty of people who are interested in the politics of America enough that they wander over and they ask me, hey, was this about Schrager and the ultimate privilege of he's fighting with Schrager about on-air stuff? And all of a sudden, like, you've never been interested in any of this. This is nothing. Ryan Clark. When have you ever brought me Ryan Clark? And this is not a sports person. It's a politics person. It's somebody who wanders over to watching the fight because, look, man, this is the new sport that we've got going on, seeing and discerning how some of this bullshit happens and where it's dirty and gross and how it is that it undermines really lovely careers in entertainment that are difficult, that last 10 years or 30 years. It's a bit of a disgrace to have the infighting of such stupidities with executives and the nonsense between Whitlock and Stephen A. Smith taking out Cam Newton or Cam Newton taking out Cam Newton because of whatever that bullshit was for careers to be harmed. That's a quarterback, Cam Newton. It's a quarterback. Those don't get fired from television like that. And he steps in whatever the politics of that bullshit is.
Zaz, you know about that Brett screwed Brett?
Of course.
That's what happened.
I know. I'm with you, man.
Speaking of open jobs, so on LinkedIn, there is a new posting from the Miami Heat.
Oh, no.
Just saw this.
Director of YouTube strategy.
Oh. I've done some investigating by talking to a friend that was recently unemployed. That's been around for a while.
Yeah, I'm seeing here it was created July 1st.
Yeah, it is going viral right now. It was created July 1st. It was reposted 18 hours ago. But obviously the internet
This is why they need it.
is having a field day.
Wait, the Heat reposted it 18 hours ago?
It says on LinkedIn. Now, 18 hours ago
You
would
see,
have
we
been
really need to fill this
about
position.
4 p.m.
Fuentes applied last week.
So that was before. It was about 4 p.m. And I just think it's kind of amazing that the Heat have been the focal point of so much fun nonsense throughout this offseason. Because in the pursuit of Giannis, they helped force a rival to trade for Paul George.
We're so back.
They had a slap fight in Vegas. And now they have this whole thing with the posting of the YouTube video and now the director strategy. We're so back.
They're also hiring a premium concierge. A liaison between Kaseya Center premium guests.
Well said. Nice pronunciation there.
I could do that.
You ever use the concierge when you go on vacation?
It's not like what restaurants are around now. I just use the internet. Back in the day, you would use the concierge. I don't think who uses that anymore. Who wants to wait in that line?
I do.
Me.
Yeah, your mother does.
I do. The concierge knows more about the area you're in than just about anybody else. He's got an expertise in the area.
He's got tickets to shows. You know,
Yeah.
might get
Internet tells you a lot about ratings and stuff.
But the concierge is getting a cut of that, when they direct
That's
you
the
to a
one.
Exactly right, Greg. Way to
Send
use
them
it.
to this restaurant. Tell them I sent you, and then I get a little.
All right,
back
put it
end.
on the poll at Le Batard Show. Do you really trust the concierge? Because this is fairly staggering.
What a
thing to
sheep
learn.
you are. Hello, where should I go eat? In your
He's
city?
been in it the whole time for himself,
Hello,
Dan.
please.
There's a Sparrow right across the street. Best Italian you'll ever have.
Tell me where to go in your city, please. Thank you.
Ka-ching.
All right, I'm off to that place that you just told me to go.
Do you like baby back ribs?
Put it on the poll. Is the concierge compromised?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I just never
hell
considered.
yeah.
I'm legitimately learning something right now because I have trusted the concierge. Concierge to me is French for expert on the area. I don't know what it actually means.
No, it's French for Herbalife.
So I do think that there is the possibility, I don't know whether this is the case or not, that there are degrees of concierges, that I don't think all of the concierges would like very much being put in the same group, that there are probably honorable ones, noble ones.
Rich hotel ones.
The ones where their salary covers the kickbacks from Sparrow. Yeah.
They're all on the take.
So
But
wait a
there's
minute.
nothing wrong with that.
Well, there is if it's
part
covered-
of the job.
No, but there is. What do you mean there's nothing wrong with
It's
that?
part of the job. You expect that.
Yeah, they do have driving services that they'll probably prioritize.
The job is not for them to get more money. The job, as hired by the hotel chain, is to give the customer a better experience and information than he or she would have otherwise had.
No, the job is to always get more money.
And your job is to be a sucker.
I happen to have a brochure right here for the best restaurant.
Oh, how about
Here you go.
parasailing?
Imagine that.
So you guys really believe, all of you,
Sunset Cruise?
all of you really
Glass-bottom
believe
boat?
that the concierge is compromised? Zaslow, where are
Where
you
do
on
you
this?
see what there is to see at Miami Secret?
I don't give a shit if the concierge is compromised. Like, the concierge isn't telling me shit places to go. There's still good places.
We
They're
could
his
test
good places.
We could test this theory. We send somebody incognito to a concierge in
Why
Miami.
do they have to be incognito?
No, because
We work in a hotel.
Oh, you don't go up there and say, "Hey, I'm with the Le Batard Show." You act like you're just part of the hotel.
Yeah.
And then you
False nose
see
and glasses.
what
We will be
places-
recognized.
What places they suggest, and then we decide, were these real suggestions or were these paid for suggestions?
Is there ever been a more needless time for a disguise? Chris Cody in a trench coat.
Hello,
Nah,
sir.
just Bobby Valentine.
I have like a pipe. He's like, "Sir, there's no smoking inside. Sorry."
That's funny. You with a pipe as your costume.
Hello, sir.
Just a pipe.
Me and my wife are looking for a place to dine this
You should
evening.
walk in with Ethan on your shoulders in a trench coat.
I am a sucker all my life for trusting the concierge. I trust the concierge
That's not all.
to give me good information.
No, see, you just got to build a relationship. Like, yeah, they're bought and paid for, but if you can strike that friendship from the jump, the longer you're there, the more you're getting a little extra. So it's like I had an experience where I went. There was a concierge. I befriended him right at the beginning, and what did he do? He made it so that we could get some free champagne. I was on a Valentine's Day trip.
You're a
He sent
sucker,
rose
dude.
petals
You're a
to the
sucker.
room.
How's that a sucker?
How am I a sucker? You're a sucker.
Anyone can get roast.
I'm not a
petals.
sucker. You're a sucker. I didn't have to pay for shit because I built a relationship because I'm nice.
Built a relationship.
Me and Trevor.
Am I being fooled by the internet? What are the chances that I'm being fooled by the internet on this Pat McAfee album? Like, is it possible?
He
that-
had a single that was out. Yeah, he put a single out.
What kind of music does he play?
It was like Jelly Roll-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, like country-ish.
Okay, give me a hum a note.
Duque.
It is his pinned tweet on his Twitter, so if it's a bit, he's pushing it out.
No, if it seems sensational and like a heat check, it's real.
Greg, do you have any thoughts on all of what it is that we just discovered with layoffs? We were talking recently in a way that was emotional about Dave Hyde at the end of his career not getting the ending he wanted. Mike is being critical of sloppy shop, saying it can be done better than that. But I
Right.
think there are a great many ways to do this poorly. And the way we're going in America with how corporations are run in a way that makes people feel dehumanized, you're toward the end of your writing career. You'd like to think you have control over how this ends, but I'm thinking that Carl Ravitch thought he might have some control. I
Right.
wonder how Tim Kirchin felt all around yesterday, because Ravitch is gone because there's been a de-emphasis on baseball at ESPN because they've got fewer games. So like their baseball department's going to be passing in Kirchin, and I haven't talked to Kirchin, but no, I don't know how safe anybody
we
can
saw
feel.
Busser only on television today.
I don't know how safe anybody can feel.
Well, when I read about all the layoffs, I did think of Tim Kirchin right away because he's of an age and presumably of a salary where he would be next. I mean, he would be a
What are we
classic
doing
guy.
right now? I don't
What
like
is
what we're
this
doing
right
here.
here? What is this,
No,
guys?
And I hope it isn't true. But anytime a big corporation needs to have cutbacks, I think they owe it to the long-serving employees to at least offer them a buyout, at least offer them a chance to go out on their terms.
Here, here.
I mean, what they shouldn't do is just abruptly fire somebody without in the background saying, "Look, retire on your own terms, take a healthy, buyout, and go out the way you want to go out."
The reason I asked the question, okay, I know that it's Carl Ravitch, it's a name that you know, but 33 years is a long time. My father, okay, this is the weakest I've ever seen my father. My father, who got all of his identity from his work with no notice or thinking about it at all, comes into his office one day when he's 57 years old, the age that I am now, comes into his office, and all the shit in the factory in Hialeah where he was working, where he was a plant manager, all of the stuff had just been thrown in a garbage can, like everything from the desk and everything else, and he was just told to leave after many, many years of service. And my dad went clinically crazy. What happened to him was such an identity break that when I had to see him, it was literally in an asylum where somebody was clucking like a chicken. What does a corporation owe you after 33 years? I asked the question seriously. As we're getting very used to the wealth disparity, Miami is now the second least affordable place in the United States. It's passed New York for the first time, according to Bloomberg. What does a corporation owe Greg Cody, who hasn't been there 33 years, has been there half a century at the Miami Herald? What's he owed by the corporation?
Unfortunately, nothing.
I don't think I'm owed the next year. I don't think I'm owed another another year in that company. What I do think I'm owed is the respect for me to fashion an exit on my terms.
Yeah.
Whether that's they're allowing me, quote unquote, to retire, or they're offering me a buyout I can't refuse. But and that's what hit me so hard about what happened to Dave Hyde across town at the Sun Sentinel, is that
a titan in our industry.
A titan in our industry. And for him to go out not on his terms, but in a way that was very abrupt and almost shocking to me, that's a slap in the face.
Support Dave Hyde's Substack. I would want our listeners to thunder over to the wrong Dave Hyde and help an old journalism friend do something in the modern media for something he was unprepared for, because it's the game's gotten dirty, man. Maybe it's always been dirty. Maybe it's always been dirty, but it's never felt this unsafe to me.
I agree.
I think you're right. I don't think, unfortunately, they owe you actually anything, but I do think they absolutely owe you respect.
Right.
And there's certainly a respectful way to handle someone who they're going to let go.
What's that way?
It's to allow the person being fired to go out on his terms, to make it, to call it, I'm retiring.
You give them the Linda Cohn. You give them the tribute on the way out.
Right.
For the legacy talents that have been there, and I would lump Ryan into that. 10 years at ESPN is a very long time. Because every offseason they're looking to spruce up their talent lineup with specific sports. That is hard to do over there. I think that you call the person up and say, hey, this is what the numbers are. We're not going to bring you back, but we'd like to get the messaging right. We'd like to collaborate with you on what that looks like for all the great work that you've done here. Yeah, there is an easy right. It's not a high bar.
Don't we have to assume that the Sun Sentinel did that with Dave Hyde and that they didn't come to an agreement? I mean, I know I have no.
No, that's
information
not.
on
But
this.
no, of course, that's the way you report things.
No, but it just seems like it doesn't make any sense for them. He worked for them as long as my dad has worked for the Herald. Like
the bar,
it would make no sense for them to just cut ties
attempt.
like that.
It's a very difficult thing, as you know, being let go. It's a terrible thing. Right? Like, you're not going to be, even if ESPN and a manager that you have a personal relationship with picks up the phone, more times than not, someone's going to react negatively to that. But at least the effort is made.
What Chris Cody just said, though, if he'd been listening, Dave Hyde did explain. He said he didn't have cover from his boss anymore, and the hedge fund people just said, that's a high salary, get it out of here. Doesn't feel very much like respect. It's not even a pendant. It's not even a pin. I don't know what respect looks like to the people listening to this, but you guys tell me after 33 years, any of you, wouldn't you be hurt no matter how it happened? But especially, like, we do this one all the time where we say, oh, it's not what they did, it's how they did it. In this case, it's what they did, right? How they did it makes it worse, but it's what they did. After 33 years, they're deciding you no longer have value here. What changed? Where do I go? What do I do? I'm in the least desirable position there is. Old white man in industry trying to get a new job right now at the age of whatever it is after I've worked 33 years someplace.
Yeah, and the fact is, newspapers especially are cutting back staffs to bare-bone levels, and Dave Hyde or myself, they could hire 3 reporters for what we make after all these years. So it's just not financially smart to keep us, and that's a harsh reality.
Well, Greg, don't say that.
Yeah, we'll walk that back.
They need you.
You got to have that lev.
They need you over there.
You got that lev, though.
I mean, so far, we'll see about tomorrow.
Cluttered mind blog thing.
Yeah, there you go.
The blog thing.
Podcast.
Yeah.
What lev does he have?
Okay.
You got that lev, Greg?
I got a little lev. Yeah.
I think leb's your lev.
I got lev. Trust me.
Leb?
Lev.
With a B.
Dan Le Batard.
That's what you have.
Did you know dumb is spelled with a B? Not many people know that.
Zaslow, your thought on what's happening on all the televisions here with this Heat story?
I don't like it. I looked up at the screen, Sports Center, they had a full screen, Miami Heat. Did Heat leak LeBron press conference and like they're talking about it on a full screen, and that's it feels a little bit embarrassing, for the organization. So I certainly don't like that. And B, there is a part of me that wonders if that angers LeBron. I don't like that.
Yeah, the first rule of social media is do no harm. Somebody did harm here by embarrassing the franchise, by potentially upsetting LeBron James for trampling all over his big announcement.
I am happy that if there was some sort of change of heart from LeBron, that it's because of the YouTube thing and not my tweet.
What was the rule? What were you saying is the rule there?
Do no harm.
Isn't that journalism?
Doctors, isn't it?
Medicine, isn't it?
It's medicine. It's also social media. Do no harm.
I don't think that's a rule in
Somebody
social
who
media.
did the harm is going to be fired. Somebody's head's rolling right now across the street.
But you're
rolling
saying
down Biscayne Boulevard.
Social media, you guys would agree that if doctors, by slogan, if their ethos is do no harm, social media's is the very opposite of that. Social media's is do harm. Do harm everywhere. Spread quickly like a virus and do more harm. That's not what social media is? What are you talking about?
The social media for a team? The harm they did was embarrassing the entire franchise with a premature, if not false, display on YouTube or whatever social media outlet it was. It's embarrassing. Somebody's head will roll. Somebody deserves to be fired for that. I hate to say it.
Whoa.
I hate to say it, but you can't do that. If you're running Miami Heat social media, that is inexcusable to prematurely put out something of that nature.
A guy forgot to check a box.
You never fire anybody.
We don't forget to check boxes over here. Yeah. We're the Miami Heat.
Right.
Let me say that again. We're the Miami Heat. We work hard, right?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, are you guys ready? Because this is very exciting. This would have been the top 10 if he respected anything.
Is this our third time doing 18 and 17?
Yes. We've done it a number of different times.
This is the real one.
These used to be in the top 10, and now everything's moved back, and it might still not be 18. This might, keep in mind, this might be in the 30s by the time that we're done. Because
70 is absolutely the ceiling unless it goes to 75. That would be the absolute ceiling. But right now, it's a top 70 catchphrase countdown.
What are you shaking your head about, Taz?
I feel like we've been inside the top 20 for months.
That's the beauty of this.
I thought we were going to be into the top 10 by now. I think we're further back than we were. I thought we were closer than 18 and 17 a while back. I thought we've already done 18 and 17 a couple of different times.
Yeah, once. And now, number 18. Put a Lobo's mint under your pillow and dream big.
Wow. A classic.
He's winded. He's amazing.
winded.
He does these very well. You will hear nothing in the way of criticism from me on how well you do these.
Thank you.
This list is extraordinary. When number 58 is Who Maketh the Salad?
Yeah, who made it a salad? Past tense. Number 17. What'd he say? Thank you.
Wait a minute. That's Zaz's.
What'd he say?
That belongs to Zaz.
No, Greg's right.
I've been saying that for years. What'd he say? Well, you got to say it like that.
But that's how Zaz says it.
Wait a minute. Say it.
No, Zaz doesn't say it that way.
That is how Zaz says
I've
it.
never heard
him say
Me
that.
neither.
Well, say it.
No, I'm not your monkey.
Oh,
everybody
it's not
knows.
your phrase.
No, I'll say it when I want to say it. Everybody knows. Everyone. That's what I say.
Say it then.
That is such bullshit.
Do you guys hear what Pat Riley said?
What do you say? That's my phrase.
Hey, stop stealing Greg's catchphrase.
No, that was entirely different.
You're effing with me now, right? You're effing with me.
I've heard Greg say that countless times.
Because I'm going to be honest with you. The other one that you stole of mine, which was what? That was...
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
No, he didn't steal that from me.
Right. Like, that's bullshit enough, all right? But I honestly... I don't believe that you actually knew that I said that, even though everyone knows that's what I'm talking about. That's one of my go-to
Yeah.
phrases.
Hey, that's what
Fine.
I'm talking about.
Fine, you complete ignorance on that. Whatever. Okay, it's still stupid. But
All right, we're gonna do a quick AMA here during our break. I did write down the one question that we received yesterday. And Mike, I'm gonna ask it to you, which is gonna be one of your favorites because you're a big Harry Potter guy, right? If you had a Patronus, or there was an animal that exemplified your persona or archetype, what would it be?
I've never watched Harry Potter.
Okay, but if you
or
had
read.
an animal that exemplified your persona, what do you think that would be?
Dog. Dogs are loyal.
You got that dog in you?
I got that dog in me.
All right, good. That's a good one. I think I would probably be, I don't know, what's a weak animal? Whatever questions you guys got, you can add here for this AMA. What he say?
Is Harry
see
Potter
as we go here.
required reading now in schools?
I doubt it. In the right schools.
Yeah,
In the right wing schools.
I was just
in
like,
particular.
just miss the whole Harry Potter
Yeah,
thing.
that was like for my age. I didn't read the books until much later. Saw the movies. That was one of the first midnight premieres that I went to. Love a midnight premiere. All right, let's see what we got here in terms of any questions as we move forward, guys. Not just adding your names. What questions do you have here? I know I should have prepared you. Was the Heat's YouTube guy Chris's source? I don't know. I don't know who Chris's source was, actually.
Ryan, why don't you use the handle on the coffee mug? Because my hands are big. And
can't fit in the.
No, it's like it can, but it's like two fingers. Like it's just annoying.
Would you do the middle two fingers?
Like
there?
this cramps my hand
Three.
up, like that.
Yeah.
You see how it's pinching my finger? So this thing is far more comfortable as a grip.
This is a really great question here. They asked if Jimothy the raccoon was my actual spirit animal. I've been wanting to talk about Jimothy the raccoon on the show for days, and
Yeah.
guess what? It's not going to happen. But Jimothy the raccoon, that's my guy. Are we excited for the new Avengers movie after seeing the trailer?
I am. I have a friend that's in that movie, and I think he's going to die because he was barely featured.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's exciting. You have a friend who's in it?
Yeah. But I mean, he's a big Kane. Shout out Danny Ramirez. He's definitely watching right now.
Shit, yeah.
But no, I think he's definitely going to die after watching that trailer.
That's sad.
Yeah.
I
think a lot of people on that trailer are going to die.
I feel so. I haven't watched since Infinity War because it just like everything within that universe got so thrown apart that I can't follow it anymore, and I was already having enough trouble.
What happened to the oral history episodes, Stugatz?
Who smokes the most weed on the show? I think you guys know the answer to that. What's going on with the Marlins? It's a slide, man. That's what happens throughout the course of a year. We're midway through the third quarter if this was an NFL game.
Mark Hendrickson, he was not on the list, but I did think about Mark Hendrickson, two-sport athlete, basketball.
Ooh, who are the clones looking at for next season?
Well,
how are they looking?
Well, like we have difficult decisions to be made because we finished runner-up, which is the toughest position to finish in battle court, and we only get 3 keepers, and we have 4 players that we really want to keep. So we're still trying to figure that out.
To your coffee.
Mike, you used to be a libertarian. No, I didn't. I voted for a libertarian ticket one time, and I came to regret it. But it was really to get a third party, which I think we all kind of agree we need.
How mad are you at Tony for his Odyssey take? I was so mad at him for his Odyssey take because he hasn't seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good movie. How do you take your coffee?
Black.
Really?
Yeah, I don't put anything in it.
A little bit of cream. Like I've been going toward oat milk lately. Yeah, it's delicious.
You would.
Yeah, I know I would. I used to be an almond milk guy. Now I'm an oat milk guy. Will Dairy Mensa
be better than
Cam or Carson?
I don't know, but I have a hot take that I wouldn't rule out that Dairy Mensa sticks around longer than either of them does.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
like
be here for a couple of years.
Like the question, like Dairy Mensa has eligibility left. You would obviously love him to have the type of season where he doesn't come back because the NFL is just too bright to turn down. But there's a chance he comes back next year.
Thoughts on Morgan Rogers going to Chelsea?
I was surprised by it. I'm glad that he picked Chelsea and only wanted Chelsea over Arsenal. I'm excited about the fit, but it is a pretty pricey acquisition, no doubt.
Was the Watermelon Man Cody Source? Would the Avengers be the same if they were based out of Miami? Absolutely not. Favorite vacation? You have a favorite vacation spot?
I like the West Coast.
Is there anywhere on the West Coast that you haven't been that you want to go to?
I've been up and down the West Coast. No, yeah, the West Coast of I've never been to like Baja and some parts of Mexico. I would like to explore Mexico more. I really like Mexico.
I've never been
to Mexico City.
I've never been to Mexico, and I've been to San Francisco, but I haven't been to LA since I was like 8 years old.
The place I want to go
get
to.
out there.
The place I want to go to most in the world. You answer first.
Place I want to go to most in the world?
Yeah.
I'd like to go. Man, I went to Iceland and it was incredible.
Ooh.
So I feel like I'd like to go somewhere like that again. But also, I really just want to go. I'd like to go to Italy. I went once right after college, but my wife and I really want to go together, and I feel like that's something we would really enjoy.
I want to go to Australia. Really
Ooh.
bad. Yeah,
I like
really
that.
bad.
Wow.
I'm going to 3 away games this year
Okay.
for the Canes.
Ace Ventura 1 or 2?
Man, 2 aged really well. I'm a Ace Ventura When Nature Calls guy.
I've never seen an Ace Ventura movie.
That's
I've never
required.
seen one.
That's required.
Self-designed or bought this way, Mike? Your shirt.
This was designed by a friend that was recently unemployed.
Okay.
It was conceptualized by me, but designed by a friend that was recently unemployed.
Favorite food?
I like Peruvian food.
Really?
I'd like the New Jack White record, yes.
Been a real
Is Mike more
pasta man.
pretentious or obnoxious? I don't like to choose.
Yeah, why not both?
Mm-hmm.
Porque no las dos.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for saying oatmeal is delicious. Oh, Joe. Joe was great. Joe opened for Tame Impala and was fantastic.
Am I going to visit the Trump Library? My prediction is that doesn't get built where they say it is.
It's supposed to be literally right next to us, right?
Yeah, and there's already cracks forming there.
Let's see what else we got here. How does UCF national champions look this season? I don't know, man. They'll be probably mediocre, but that's not how I'm going to talk about it for the entire season, particularly if they start 1-0.
Where's Allison? I believe the ringer with Billy.
Let's see what else we got. Let's take just a couple more, and then we will get back to doing the show. We need to go to Costa Rica. Dan Le Batard Show, West Coast. Any thoughts? I don't know. We could do a West Coast. We did the Super Bowl. That was kind of West Coast. I mean, it wasn't West Coast, but it was out West. Who was the last person to text the shit chat?
I left this shit chat a long time
left
ago.
it?
Yeah.
I was never in it. I never got a chance to see it. Someone said Greece and Japan are their bucket list. Those are good.
Been to Greece, yeah.
You spell gray?
I spell it with an E.
A-Y or E?
I spell it with an E.
I think I spell it E if it's like Earl Grey tea, and gray with an A.
We're getting the wrap up.
All right. I'm glad we really got to that one. And yes, I was leaning away from the microphone. We're going to go back and do the show. We'll have another one of these soon. So thank you guys for asking some questions. We'll get back to you guys coming up shortly.
I want to get to this Aaron Rodgers story with the group. I'm really sort of confused by what the Pittsburgh Steelers are doing this year, like all of it. But a true great is about to leave the sport. I still think he's the best quarterback I've ever seen, and he's going to leave as an underachiever and a bit of a strange person at the end who's very polarizing, but has reunited with his family finally. And Ian O'Connor, the author of the Aaron Rodgers biography, says on Aaron Rodgers and his family, they had been working toward reconciliation for a while. Rodgers invited his parents, Ed and Darla, to his Pleasant Valley High School Hall of Fame induction in April and introduced them to the crowd to applause, thank them for their support. In my book, says Ian O'Connor, Rodgers spoke of embracing his father at the Lake Tahoe Celebrity Golf Tournament in 2023 and expressing their love for each other, and called it a special moment. First time they had contact in nearly 9 years. That opened the door. At the time, Rodgers called a reconciliation definitely possible and a matter of timing. The timing was right last night for the Steelers quarterback to make it public with his photos on Instagram. Jessica, thank you for joining us. Would you like to talk about Aaron Rodgers, or would you like an update on Greg Cody's catchphrases?
Can we do the catchphrases first? Because I do have thoughts on Aaron Rodgers, but I think Greg is more important right now.
Wow, thank you, Jess.
Well, thank you for making way for the catchphrases. Very nice of her. You can hear her every week, Notre Dame podcast, The Echoes with Mike Golick Jr. But this is one of our favorite things every week, and we've taken too long to get to it. And I don't think we've done this with Jessica. So I don't know how many of these she knows, but she is she's a Greg Cody connoisseur. She's gotten to know what your catchphrases are. Let's see how we delight her as we start with what used to be number 50 and is now number 70.
Number 70, I'm fuller than Vern Fuller. 69, where's my click, click? 68, hey, Butterfinger. 67, punt. 66, Scranton. 65, I'm busier than a one-arm paper hanger. 64, Georgia. 63, I'm the kind of guy that's 62, balling the jack. 61, hey, hey, we're the monkeys, baby. 60, thank you, Billy. 59, I love him like a pet. 58, who made it a salad? 57, we're rolling now, huh? 56, your brain beating me. 55, let's go States. 54, driver comfort is paramount. 53, dummy up, save up. 52, catches catch can. 51, doesn't make it right. 50, so on and so forth. 49, very good. 48, the Little League theory. 47, nice hat, asshole. 46, the others, they all learn from me. 45, don't go showering to try to please me. 44, look at that jerk. 43, it's like a packing house in here. 42, what'd you learn? 41, hee-haw, 3, ba-da. 40, I'm not going to take a quiz. 39, sassafras. 38, would we break a window? 37, hello. 36, who won? 35, trailers for sale or rent. 34, you got to eat a peck of dirt before you die. 33, 3 words. We are the Lobos. 32, you're going to go to Buffalo with Bernie Parmalee. 31, Rappy Cack. 30, another crisis solved. 29, nice chatting with you. 28, he ain't heavy, he's my blank. 27, hey, that's what I'm talking about. 26, who let a pet? 25, good on ya. 24, dancing swords. 23, QK, quick crap. 22, bay. 21, blanking it. 20, that's a fact, Jack. 19, gotta want to learn, gotta want to earn. 18, put a Lobo's mint under your pillow and dream big. 17, quite a bit. 16, these are the new two. 16,
oh, wait a minute. Hold on. First of all, you do nothing better.
What do you say?
You do nothing better. There's nothing that you do better than that. Nothing that you have ever done better than that. That is hard what you just did.
Thanks.
You just steamrolled Zaslow by taking his saying again. Jessica, what are your thoughts on what you just heard there?
Okay, I have a lot of thoughts. First thought, so my fiance Lehman and I, we do a lot of bits. Like I feel like most couples do. Like every happy relationship, you have to have bits, right? And one of our bits that we always do is like turn a regular noun into someone's name. And a few weeks ago, I found myself saying something about a chicken parmalee. And then I was like, why did I just say that? Is that who's Bernie Parmalee? Why am I saying his name in regards to chicken parm? And Lee was like, I don't know, I've never heard that name before. And now it's coming back to me. That's a Greg thing. So thank you, Greg.
Wow, that's the highest praise right there.
Is it?
I appreciate that.
Is it chicken parmalee? Put it on the
sounds
poll
wonderful.
at Le Batard Show. Is chicken parmalee the highest praise at Le Batard Show?
Sounds great.
We're ready. We're ready. For,
Okay.
Are we ready? Are we ready for the next one? Because these are getting big now.
They are.
These might
It
still
was
be in the
getting
top
better and
20 a
better.
month from now. This might.
It would have been 6 and 7.
This next month, this might be 40, but right now we're at number
16. Take the rest of the day off.
Oh, he has been.
Oh, that is just
that
a
is a
staple.
classic. That is a classic. It's one of the first things he ever said to me. He said it to me as soon as he's meeting me at the Miami Herald. I just got there. Take the rest of the day off. I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's his goodbye.
I can't. You did it. It was upon meeting me. It's one of the first things I remember about your father.
He'll say it to my daughter, like after a dinner.
said-
It's just what he said.
He says it inappropriately to an assortment of inappropriate people all the time.
Right,
It's,
correct.
it's the joke.
Exactly. And number 15. Do what now?
Didn't Edgerrin James say that to me when?
Do what now?
When
You gave him the iPad for him to draw something. He's like, do what now?
Yeah, I handed him.
That's great.
I handed him the telestrator.
Do what now?
And yeah, he didn't really understand what I was doing.
Right. My wife hates that phrase
It's the best.
more than any other thing I say, which is why it's in the top 15.
You see what's
That would
happening?
piss me off, too.
Because it's his way of saying repeat yourself. So basically, my mom will say something, and if he just doesn't understand it, he'll be like, do what now? And she's like, I didn't tell you to do
what now?
anything.
Right. I love it because it genuinely annoys her.
You see what's happening now is all the new catchphrase reveals. I have like agita because I'm worried that you're gonna steal my shit.
What do you
what
say?
now?
Oh my God.
You should
I
be
don't like
worried.
that.
Yeah, you should be worried.
I don't like it.
Yeah. Thai food.
Oh, is that in your top 15?
It might be. We don't know yet. What do you say? Except mine's going to be Chinese food. Whoa, hop. How about it?
In New York.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, I have their new Knicks shirt. I wore it last week.
Did you? You know Whoa Hop, huh?
Yeah, they come out with a new shirt every year. Let me see if I can find it.
I know.
Go on, Greg.
My dad has this year's one.
Yeah, it's the year of the horse, which I didn't know. Bodes well for Isla Grande, my racehorse.
Do what now?
Oh, the Knicks one. Yeah, we didn't do the Knicks one. We got the black one. I didn't want new Knicks colors.
Jessica,
Good for you.
how did you feel? It was nice actually to see that whatever it is that's happened in Aaron Rodgers' life over the last 10 years and wherever it is that he's been scarred or damaged by it, that he would find love of family again. I think everyone can applaud this. Yes.
Yes, happy for him.
I think it's probably the best thing that I've seen him do in recent years, and it's such a pop culture is so weird, Dan, because this all came to a head because of his brother being on The Bachelor and them filming their. I don't watch The Bachelor, but they go to their hometowns and there's a whole thing with 2 empty chairs when he was dating Olivia Munn, and I guess he said in his Netflix documentary that was bullshit that they did that. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought about the news cycle this week around Tom Brady and how it seems like everyone's on Tom Brady's case about being very cringy and kind of lame in his retirement, which many people think stem from his divorce back a few years ago and him just being a very divorced guy right now in his actions. So I wondered if Aaron Rodgers was like, you know what? I don't want to go that route. I'm going to reconnect with my family and it will ground me because I don't want to end up doing weird wrestling bits with Logan Paul someday when I retire.
So this is interesting what you bring up here, Jessica, because it has been interesting to me to watch America expect or want with a pretty discerning standard for Tom Brady to be more regal with his greatness than divorced dad. It's really interesting to see that Gretzky, MJ, whoever's in this class doesn't get what he's presently getting, which is don't go to Fanatics Fest. What are you doing? What are you doing with your legacy? What's happening there, Jess?
I think there's a few things, Dan, one of which I would say I've never been a Tom Brady fan, and I think a lot of people that like the NFL are in my boat where for decades Tom Brady and the Patriots beat the crap out of the teams we liked. So when he retired, I was like, thank God I don't have to see this guy anymore. He ruined a lot of great Steelers seasons because he was just better than the Steelers every year. And I think there's a lot of people in that boat, Dolphins probably included. And then instead, he became the highest paid Fox color commentary guy immediately, and then gets special treatment for his Raiders ownership while he's able to be in the booth, which I think that kind of rubbed people the wrong way too. I don't know how many people care about that. But then, like, he's just been everywhere since. He apparently was, like, dating Alex Earl for a hot minute this winter, which is weird. And so, yeah, Dan, I think it's just, like, too much Tom Brady exposure for NFL fans who never really liked him and thought he was pretty corny to begin with.
Super interesting.
But, Dan, there's also the fact that, like, he was famous when he was a player for his weird diet, and now he's hawking, like, a bunch of random unhealthy food, I guess. Like, that flies in the face of what I thought I knew about this guy.
Zaz, what's the proper way for him to be appropriately champion Regal? Is it just take the football contract and be football voice and don't tell us about your strawberries, or give off the idea of giving off divorced dad provides a sadness I never associate with Tom Brady.
I don't know that I would call it divorced dad. I think it's giving off maybe midlife crisis. I don't think he has to be divorced to be doing what he's doing right now.
But the idea that a champion would be seen as less graceful, like, I'd like to see less of you, champion guy. I'm seeing too much of you. Please let me keep some of my mythology. I'd like to think of you in crowning terms.
Something happened recently where Tom Brady and his daughter, who looked to be, 14 or 15, they were at some event, might have been early in the World Cup, and it was just the two of them, and the camera caught them doing a real personal father-daughter handshake, just a special handshake between
Greg,
the two.
on Fox.
That was so cool.
It was so, that's PR for Fox. I assume. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too cynical.
Okay, but it's goodwill for Tom Brady.
Well, but I'm more interested in exploring, though, the idea that America would turn on Tom Brady.
That's like hopefully a given.
Well, but Tom Brady, as a parent, and maybe he knew that he was on camera. Maybe they contrived the whole thing. I'm not that cynical.
What is it about the robotic excellence, though, that we need the humanity of? Can you be a human being, Tom? You're excellent. Where's the rest of you?
I think, Dan, if Michael Jordan did a lot of media stuff, we'd probably be like, that guy's kind of corny too. But he didn't. And that's probably a good thing. And I think a lot of former athletes in their retirement probably are in the same boat. We're like, okay, we've got a lot of this guy now. And he was cool because he was really, really good. Although I would argue maybe Tom Brady was just never cool, and that's part of the issue. He was always kind of a corny guy.
I think the Logan Paul thing is silly. All right, and this is coming from someone who loves WWE my entire life. I don't understand why Tom Brady. It's clearly setting up for them to have a match in Saudi Arabia at WrestleMania next year. Why is Tom Brady doing that?
If we're supposed to look at you as the GOAT, like I think that's part of it, right? Like, we're looking at this guy who is this upper echelon of human being. Like, it's cool, go do the broadcast if that's what you want to do, but the overexposure particularly being, we're seeing you dating this much younger influencer in Alex Earl. We're seeing you slap fight with Logan Paul. It's the people and the circumstances that he's putting himself in that overexposure. If it was all him being corny dad doing handshakes, we'd be like, all right, here's this corny guy. But it's this guy who's not cool, who we got to decide was cool at the end because he's so great, trying so hard to be cool.
Yeah. He's trying very hard. I agree with that.
Jess, do you know what's
saying Tom Brady's not cool?
Jess, do you see what's going on with the WNBA?
I'm cool. I wear tank tops under my flannel.
You see what's
I'm
going on?
not cool, for the record. I just want to state that.
There's no one here who's cool, except for Greg Cody. Greg Cody might be cool.
Especially not Taz.
Greg Cody and, yeah.
Greg's Miles Davis compared to all of you.
Thank you very much.
You were saying, Zaslow?
Jess, do you see what's going on with the WNBA right now? They have their All-Star weekend coming up, and I don't know if I want to call it controversy, but what's going on with Sophie Cunningham being left out of the three-point shootout?
Oh, I don't think that is controversial at all, actually. But I do think what was controversial was apparently Sabrina Ionescu, who won it last year, declined an invitation to be part of it. but then commented on Instagram that was not true. But then when I went to the Instagram account to see her comment, I couldn't find it. So I don't know if I got ball sacked or, by the way, ball sack sports on Twitter, X, whatever you call it, very progressive politics. I don't know if you guys have noticed that, but I digress. I don't know if that was real or not, but it's weird to me that like she would decline it when she's, one of the best 3-point shooters in the league. And then apparently also Caitlin Clark declined it.
Well, she's always declined it, right?
Well, no, last year she was hurt and it was an Indy. And I think if she wasn't hurt, she would have done it and wanted to do it. I remember her saying last year that like she wanted that to be her first 3-point contest, and she like obviously could do it, which is a huge bummer and would have been awesome for her to do it in her home arena. But this year she has been battling injuries, but she also had a 45-point game like 4 days ago. So I don't think she's hurt right now. I don't know why she would decline it. And there was this clip that was on Lisa Leslie's podcast, I think it was last year, where Sonia Citron, who was an all-star, rookie all-star last year, said that apparently she found out she was an all-star because Kathy Engelbert called Gabby Williams and thought it was Sonia Citron's number. So she got the wrong number, and that's how she found out, because Gabby Williams like DM'd her about it. So maybe this is a case of wrong phone number, wrong voicemail box. I'm not sure, but it is kind of weird that like 3 of your biggest stars would decline something that they'd be very good at participating in.
I feel like Sophie Cunningham, though, look, she's a huge lightning rod these days, Sophie Cunningham, for several reasons. But she's one of the top 3-point shooters. She's second in percentage in 3-point shooting. Don't you feel like the WNBA, they should be, like, they're not an established, league where it's like they don't need to essentially play to the audience? Sophie Cunningham is super, super, like, popular right now. Shouldn't they definitely lean into that and have her participate?
I think if you want to look at All-Star Weekend in terms of just, like, fan entertainment, like, spectacle, then, yeah, she's very popular. She has millions of Instagram followers. But if you want to look at like who makes sense as people who'd be like really good at doing a 3-point contest, like I think you can make the same argument for like Aaliyah Boston should have been included or Jonquil Jones should have been included. And I don't think anyone is, I mean, maybe Fever fans are clamoring for Aaliyah Boston, but like I would say there's like other shooters in the league that are much more, would be much better fitted for doing a 3-point.
Yeah, but Zaz is sitting here making the argument. Yeah, don't make it merit, make it on who's popular. Sell your league.
Absolutely.
He's just saying, don't do it based on merit and who's the best 3-point shooter. Sell your stars to me.
I don't know what their process is for going through it. I think it's also, they probably wanted players from teams that weren't represented through other all-star appearances to be part of it. For example, like Seattle didn't have an all-star this year, so Natisha Heidemann, who's part of the Stud Buds crew, which is extremely popular, I would say probably will be the most popular thing that happens this weekend for All-Star Weekend. She's part of it. Getting a Portland Fire player to be part of it, I think is great because they're a good expansion team this year. I would have liked to see a Chicago Sky player part of it because they're hosting All-Star Weekend and didn't have any All-Stars, which is very unfortunate, and they are a very sad and sorry organization. But maybe ask Sydney Taylor to do it. I don't know. But I don't know if they ever just go purely based off of like in-game 3-point percentages, even for the NBA. But I guess you guys could tell me. Didn't Tyler Hero win it last year?
I don't.
Did anyone watch it?
I
don't
know.
No.
3-point.
No.
Kashad Johnson won the slam dunk.
Oh yeah.
Was it last year?
A couple years ago.
That Tyler Hero
We haven't
won?
really been paying
No one
attention to
even
basketball.
knows.
Nobody knows.
We are huge basketball guys this week, though. And rest assured, if this goes away that Chris Cody reported, we are all the way back into following the basketball.
He did win in 2025.
Jess,
Okay. See, I watch stuff sometimes.
Jess, did you see who recently unretired from their social media hiatus? Freddie LA. He is back on the scene. Who could have thunk it? The retirement didn't last very long. He did a White House visit, huh?
He did. Oh, God. Yeah, Mike, this was the natural conclusion to the account that is Freddie LA7. He went to Washington with apparently a controversial MAGA influencer who is the special presidential envoy for American tourism. exceptionalism and values. I don't know. I
Wow,
read
that is a
in
mouthful. How many words
Yeah.
are in that acronym?
Good
How much-
title.
Special Presidential Envoy for American Tourism, Exceptionalism, and Values.
She's right.
So,
Absolutely.
and I did click on a Fox News article that said that he was served a tomahawk steak with a side of, quote, golden Maha approved beef tallow fries, crisp onion rings, and hearty bone-in chicken.
Sounds great.
Wow.
I love tallow
Dan, what are
fries.
Maha fries?
Tallow approved. Not
Tallow.
cooked in seed oils,
your diet.
obviously.
Seed oils, they make you gay. They're gay oils. Goils.
Be careful. I care about you.
Tell me about Chip Kelly and his construction outfit. I don't understand what Chip Kelly is doing. Chip Kelly, remember, he was making protein shakes for his players. He was having them wear watches that monitored their heart rates. He was a genius. He was going to make the Eagles champions before they became champions. He knew offense better than all
This
other
can't be
people.
real.
This is exactly the company that I'm running. This is the company that I'm running. It's got a bunch of Chip Kellys running around there for my construction company.
You're the Chip Kelly in this sense, right?
What is happening here, Jessica? Explain to the audio audience what is happening in
Yeah.
this photograph.
I think it's great. So it's Chip Kelly in a hard hat and a little vest in front of a bunch of microphones. Northwestern is building a beautiful new stadium. I don't know. Every time I say beautiful, I feel like I sound like Andrew Luck because of Mike. So I need to work on that. But they're building a great new stadium that is opening in October. And so he was speaking in front of the media on the field. And I thought, wow, what a silly little goose. He put on this hard hat to do a little bit because of the construction. But then I went and watched the full interview on YouTube, and the second picture you put up, I realized everyone had a silly little hard hat on. So it must have been like a construction requirement thing and not him being a silly little goose. Because we know, Dan, college football coaches, they love to do bits. They love to wear, like, you know, the blue, Sharon Moore had like the blue workman jacket, and they love to dress up sometimes and be silly. But I think maybe this was an actual safety issue. He just looks ridiculous.
I love the reporters. There's one guy like holding his phone like I'm wearing this stupid hat.
Put it on the poll. Is Chip Kelly a silly little goose? Yes or no?
Nick
Definitely
Adams,
yes.
I'm going back through his tweets because this guy is one of my favorite characters that's ever existed on Twitter. Like, for example, you may not like it, but I sit with my legs spread wide open. Deal with it. Accept it. Move on. Alpha male, out.
Yes.
Or alpha males watch football at Hooters and play 36 holes of golf with the boys.
Yes.
Beta males play 9 holes with their wives and go to Chili's for the 2 for $20 deal.
What's wrong with Chili's?
Okay, keep going.
I like
We don't like Chili's?
You want more?
So far,
Sure,
what
they're
else do you want?
contractually obligated to play the NASCAR.
2 for 20.
Amazing.
Foursome with the boys. Domestic beer in the cart. Ladies away at the par 3.
There's one
they
thing that's,
hate this.
If there's one thing that's definitely not gay, it's a foursome with the boys.
Domestic beer there too.
I'm
Anyways,
an alpha
Dan,
male. Hear me roar.
I got my Phil Steele from Barnes
Ooh, it's
Noble
out?
the other day.
Oh,
I need to get mine.
you're ready.
That's bad news for
Oh,
the
you are ready.
Bad news for the bathroom.
You
In
are
Northwestern.
so ready.
Mike has never been more ready to shit. They have an interesting non-con against Colorado, and it looks like they open at home at the new stadium, I should say, with Penn State. So that'll be a fun one because they beat them last year, famously. That was a crazy game. So I don't know. I think Chip Kelly at Northwestern is kind of fun, Dan. I think David Braun's actually been like pretty good head coach there. And he was really good at Ohio State. Didn't work out at the Raiders, but now he's back in college, and I feel like this is a good gig for him. Big Ten offensive coordinator.
Jessica, thank you for
And Silly
being
Goose.
on with us. Check out her weekly Notre Dame podcast. She does it with Mike Golick Jr. It is called The Echoes. Thank you, Jessica.
Bye.
Also, put it on the poll, please. Has Mike ever been more ready to shit at Le Batard Show?
Do I know? Love that Phil Steele thing.
Musicians more talented than Taylor Swift. Wayne Newton, Gene Simmons, Ted Nugent, Kid Rock, Morgan Wallen, Jason Aldean, Lee Greenwood.
Yeah, he was a professional troll, parlayed it into a position of some sort. I mean, what was the name of the position then again? They got
Special
again?
envoy?
The Miami Heat is taking a position of some sort. I am getting a text here. They want me to say the same thing that is being said and reiterated to extinguish some of the flames around here. The person responsible for the mistake recently took over the YouTube page and is still learning how to post stuff. They're going on vacation soon and wanted the page done in case he signs with us while they're away. Nothing more than human error. Why are you laughing?
No, dude, we're back. We're look at this. Look at this.
Center of the basketball universe.
No, boy. Listen to what just happened. Miami Heat getting out there, damage control because this affects the LeBron thing.
Yeah.
And Dan Le Batard carrying water for the Miami Heat in 2026.
No. Water
he was
carrier.
literally like this. He was a mouthpiece.
You rarely say
we are back.
flat out. They want me to say
We
this.
are back.
Heat lackey.
Tell them they can text you. I'll say whatever. No more criticisms over here.
No, I'm putting it on them. I don't want the responsibility for making a report that is coming anonymously from anyone. I'm telling you, I am disclosing
Yeah,
to you.
Anthony Slater already had that.
I'm not. I am repeating what's being
Andy
said.
Slater.
But since
Anthony
that's a
Chang. Yeah, I
fine.
can- yeah, I can-
There also is an Anthony
no.
Slater. Hold on. He just follows the Warriors.
Yeah.
Am I the only one fined for that? Because that fine bucket's getting
You got to
pretty
catch
full.
a fine to be able to do that. You say out of this.
I am
volunteered it.
confident. I am bold. I am extremely attractive. I am wildly successful. I am charismatic. I am talented. I am intelligent. I am decisive. I am wise. I am masculine. I am unapologetic. I am humble, in parentheses, sometimes to a fault. I am brave. I am gifted. I am an alpha male.
That's the opposite of humble. Everything you just said.
The most humble.
Speaking of alpha males, Zaslow, who loves him some He-Man, why is it that you guys... No, I don't want to talk about He-Man. Why is it that you guys were yelling at each other earlier about Marvel? I'm genuinely curious.
But can we then talk about He-Man?
No, I don't want to talk about
on
He-Man.
streaming today, right?
Hell yeah, it is. Guess what's happening tonight? Zaslow Family Movie Night. We're going to be watching He-Man streaming out right now. That's right. That's all I wanted to say, Dan.
I didn't want to hear that from you. I was asking you about what it is you guys were arguing about because I felt
Tony
like...
just learned about the multiverse.
No, it's not
and
about the
how annoying it
multiverse.
is.
It's you guys are getting pissed on, then being told it's raining, and then you're like, oh yeah, no, this is great. I'm gonna watch it. Like the new Avengers, Dan, you probably haven't watched yet. The new Avengers Doomsday trailer.
Don't make assumptions about me. Just handle your end of the conversation.
I'm not going to undersell. Dan probably saw the Avengers trailer. It's a pop
You
culture
think?
moment in time. Dan, you saw it, right?
Has he watched the movies?
I really don't want to make... I'm not going to take a quiz.
Okay,
There you go.
fair enough. Now,
All right, so
because of the usage, I'll let that slide.
Feel free to handle the Marvel conversation you guys were arguing about.
One more question,
inside of. But if you want to keep asking me questions about it,
One more question.
I don't want to do this.
Now, Dan, you are aware that Robert Downey Jr. is playing Victor Von Doom.
What I'm aware of is
Keep positioning this through Dan.
Victor Van Doom.
I don't want
Okay,
it.
so long story short,
I
Dan,
don't want it. Keep it to yourselves.
Avengers Doomsday trailer came out a couple of days ago.
It's Doomsday. Doomsday sounds stupid.
I said
You
Doomsday.
sounded stupid.
Okay.
But it's going to be released on the same day as Dune, and they're calling that weekend
Doomsday.
Doomsday.
That's Dune. It's not Doomsday either. It's Doomsday. If you want to do like the Barbenheimer thing, all right? Just saying. You sound
What's the
dumb.
guy's name? Victor Van Doom?
Dan, correct him,
For
please.
the love of God.
Dan, tell him what it is.
No, you can go bleep yourself, okay? You guys. You guys are obsessed with the Marvel universe in a way that makes you all yell at each other.
It's a new Marvel.
But it's a polarizing Marvel because many people think that compared to the Odyssey, it's total dog shit from the start.
Well, I mean, we can't even talk about the Odyssey. This is a completely separate situation, right? This is Avengers. Doomsday. All right. The trailer came out. We watched it.
Trailers.
Exactly right.
He's
And
right about that.
I told the guys, hey, I think Marvel's cooked. I think it's over. Like
Dan, were you surprised with Steve Rogers' return in the trailer?
Ooh, Dan, that was a big moment.
Dan?
Can we actually put up
Dan?
Steve Rogers
He
really
looks
quick?
different.
Who does he look like?
He looks like Aaron Rodgers.
No, he looks like,
oh, no, he
wrong.
looks like Nick Wright.
There you go.
Yes.
Like wrong guy, Nick Wright.
Yep.
Always
Nick
wrong.
wrong.
Until he's right.
What happened? To Nick? No. To Steve.
They did something to him. His face
Something
is a little
looks
puffier,
different,
right?
Because it's rare to lose aura with a beard and long hair.
Yeah.
And he found a way to do it. And it's not the first time Captain America had a beard. It worked in Civil War.
I liked it in that.
But
And in Avengers Infinity War.
Yeah.
He showed up with that beard, right, Dan?
Dan, what did you think when he grabbed Thor's hammer?
what if it's
What do you think about that?
What if it's Loki disguised?
Oh, now we're
as
doing
Steve
that
Rogers?
thing.
It's a
Okay.
theory. Dan, what do you make of that theory? Loki, God of Mischief.
Dan, I'm going to catch you up. So Iron Man, the original Marvel movie that started this whole thing, starring Robert Downey Jr., as you know. Now we're at the end of this whole thing after 27 years.
You don't know that we're at the end.
And now we're close to the end of this. And now Robert Downey Jr. is playing another character in the universe.
The big question, though, Dan, is Steve Rogers at the end of Avengers Endgame, he's old, all right? He's already lived through everything. So does that mean, Dan, has he already lived through Doomsday? Your thoughts?
Elaborate.
There's all sorts of multi-dimensions, and that's where I kind of lost steam on the whole Marvel thing because it got too convoluted, and it seems as though they've spent the last few movies trying to correct, quite literally, like the plot is we have to fix the multiverse. So it's as if the heroes are doing the job that the audience wants to see, which is, hey, this got way too wonky, but at the same time, the multi-dimensional travel allows you to see the X-Men and the Avengers, and
which
basically,
is cool.
Hey, and wait till Secret Wars. We're gonna see everybody. It's basically just anybody that was in a Marvel comic, you're in this film.
I like the Fantastic Four being brought in. I thought the movie was good. You saw, Doom at the end of it, right, when he was talking to the little kid. But at this point, why can't we bring up another character? Why can't we get another actor to play the specific character of Doctor Doom? We have to get the same guy who now I have to suspend disbelief.
Okay, can we watch the movie?
Well,
they'll explain it.
Because Jonathan Majors.
Well, okay,
why,
but still.
It put us in a real pickle.
We could have gotten somebody else.
I mean, Dan, how do you think Peter Parker is going to react when he sees that Victor Von Doom has the same face as Tony Stark?
He's not going to react because you're not going to be able to see it because he's wearing the mask.
No, he takes off the mask.
No, he emotes.
If you support wind farms and also eat seafood, you're a woke beta hypocrite.
I want to ask my dad a question here. You have 30 seconds. Name every Marvel movie you can think of. Go.
That's a weird thing for Jeremy to say on his own.
I haven't watched a cartoon since the Jetsons.
Marvel movies.
Greg, how is your leg doing?
It's a little bit sore. I got a wrap. I got an ice pack under my right knee, and it's wrapped in beige.
Go ahead and take the day off.
What are we thinking?
Thank you. Take the rest of the day.
Rest of the day
What are
off.
we thinking? Bowling tonight?
The rest.
I'm going to give it a shot because I'm a warrior.
You're going to bowl tonight, even though you're injured. When you're 71 years old, did you hear anything pop? Like, what is it that happened there?
I felt something pop. I didn't hear it. It happened on my 13th and last shot. It happened on the shot after my fabulous goal.
I think we need to be icing this a great deal more than we are. I think that he might have a bit of a problem at 71 years old. I am mortified, generally speaking, that the last 3 times that we've gone out, this happened to Tony as well, anytime anyone here has tried to do something athletic with no one else on the field except the cameraman, the last 3 times this has happened, the people have injured themselves. Greg Cody twice pulled a quad and now either a hamstring or a calf. But if he felt something pull, that's not good. Like, that's not, I don't think that's a strain. If at this age you're feeling something that popped back there, it's going to need some ice. It's going to swell. It's not going to be great at 71 years old. And Tony also injured himself and was on the floor after doing, what was it, field goals.
Remember, you're not supposed to kick 5 field goals in a row for 45 yards or 50 yards, whatever I was trying.
That's
I
right.
felt a hip, something pull in my hip 3 days before my own brother's wedding. Can you imagine that? Me walking down the aisle, trying to help my brother walk down the aisle and celebrate, and I couldn't because I was cojo. Can you imagine that?
I am indestructible. I'm not speaking for anybody else. I took a hard slip and fall on the hard streets of New York City.
Did.
In a hard rain, I slipped on a steel grate, fell right on my left side.
It was bad.
And hopped up within 3 or 4 seconds.
Out of shame.
For
No, I'm
those
telling
of
you, this was for real. He ate it bad. It was raining. He slipped on one of those like the drains. Then,
Deck
like,
shoes
on the
on,
side.
or-
Yeah, deck shoes.
Deck shoes.
I'm telling you, I saw his feet up and I didn't see it. I looked back and I saw him. I was genuinely scared, and he just popped right up.
You guys do not follow Greg Cody's social media accounts. If you had, you would have seen that one of the ways that he protected himself from the rain in New York City was fishing out of a garbage can an old FedEx envelope that he then put on his head to prevent his hair from getting wet. I believe this was in a happier time before he fell on that steel grid.
No, that was actually just after. I was thankfully not recording. I would have felt like an asshole if I was recording when he fell. But no, he actually had just popped up and went over there, and he said that there's nothing cleaner than the inside of a FedEx box, which I don't think is true.
No, it's perfect. Pristine. That's on the YouTube, the Greg Cody Show YouTube version that you can watch.
Yes.
Check it out now. It was perfectly clean, the box. It's not like I'm using.
Did you or did you not
material.
fish it out of a garbage can?
Yeah, but cleanly.
You got to eat a peck of dirt before you die.
That's right. That's what Nana Doody
Do you have
said.
any like lingering pains from the fall?
I do. Yeah, I couldn't bowl if it were on my right side because my left side is very.
Wait, what?
If I reach my left shoulder more than this level, it hurts.
So your left shoulder hurts. That was an odd way of getting there with
My
that.
left shoulder and my left elbow hurts a little bit, but I'm fine. Enough about me. What's happening here? What are they doing?
There you go, Dad.
My daughter-in-law looking at me like I'm crazy. Oh, what? Sound like a dog barking.
Brad.
Ass one.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hunt. What do you say?
What'd he say? What'd he say? What'd he say? What'd he say?
Do what now?
I was a huge He-Man fan. Of course, I'm a kid of the 80s, all right? I was a huge He-Man fan. I had all the toys. And 40 years ago, 39 to be exact, 40 years ago, Masters of the Universe starring Dolph Lundgren came out in theaters. I had the flu. I was 6 years old and I had the flu. Didn't matter. I told my dad, we're going to see Masters of the Universe. I won't cough on you, I promise. And we went to go see Masters of the Universe because I love He-Man. And 40 years later, this movie's out. And I told my son I'm going to take him. He's 14 years old. He doesn't have a clue about He-Man. He knows nothing. I'm like, you're coming with me, okay? I took him and my 20-year-old cousin is staying with us also this week. He doesn't know shit about He-Man either. He's Canadian. I don't even know if they have TV there. So I take him and my son. We go see He-Man a couple days ago. And I was worried about this movie because you look at the trailer, I'm like, I don't know. It looks corny. You know, I don't know if this movie's gonna be any good. I'm worried about this movie. And I see the Rotten Tomatoes scores, and I had friends texting me a few days ago. Have you seen He-Man yet? And I'm like, no, I'm going to see that. You're gonna love it. And the Rotten Tomatoes scores are very high. The reviews are very, very good. And if I could tell you how much I loved this movie, it is so good. If you're a child of the 80s, like me, if you loved He-Man, who was my absolute favorite, you're going to love this movie. And dare I say...
What is this, an ad?
Dare I say, Jared Leto, who's a terrible actor, does terrible films, he's awful. Jared Leto...
Famously give awards to terrible actors.
He's terrible.
I'm with you, though, lately.
Jared Leto...
Cold streak.
...is phenomenal as Skeletor. Incredible. He nails it. He's great as Skeletor. Anyway, I love this movie so much. Everything you want, it has. And it got me thinking, all right? I got a top 5 for your asses today. You ready for this?
It's for my ass.
Top 5 for your asses today. I got a top 5. It is top 5 all-time 80s cartoon villains.
How are they all time if it's just
all time? Top 5 all time 80s cartoon villains. You ready?
So ready, Zaz.
No, all out. We're getting right after it.
We're workshopping back here a theory that you talk like that because you've hosted shows by yourself for so long that you have
stretch.
Like this is just another person.
I ask a
that
question
you create.
and then I answer it with this
That's
voice.
a good point.
Number 5, Shredder.
Now you know who did the voice of Shredder?
Who?
Uncle Phil.
Oh, really? That's cool. All right. Love Uncle Phil. Shredder, the big bad from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I mean, he's trying to kill, not only trying to kill the turtles are kids. They're teenagers. They're teenage. He's trying to kill teenagers. Very bad. Number 5 is Shredder. Number 4, Cobra Commander. Greg, you really can't name, I mean, whatever, name a few. You can't name any Marvel movies?
He-Man?
No, man.
That's not Marvel.
That's Mattel.
Just saying words that he heard earlier today.
Marvel, no. I'm not a big...
Nothing?
Think of superheroes, just the superheroes.
Superman.
That's DC.
That's DC.
Batman.
Also
That's
DC.
DC.
Also
And this is
DC.
why Greg Doesn't Know Movies is a banger on the Greg Cody Show.
Okay. I don't know... Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Attaboy.
Thor.
Yeah.
That was in his
Yeah.
ear.
The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, you got that too.
Also
Yeah.
in his ear.
The X-Men.
All right, let's stop.
Less so,
feeding
but
him
yes.
Right answers.
George Jetson.
Close.
The
No,
Roadrunner.
Hanna-Barbera, Warner Brothers.
There you go.
You did mention it though. Are you excited for He-Man to be available streaming now? It's
I'm
on-
as excited as I can possibly be.
I can't wait. I'm gonna watch.
Zaz, I might watch it tonight.
Oh, I'm very excited. I'm gonna watch.
So you said, where is it? On Prime?
It's on Prime. You should watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
I'm into it. I'm excited to hear if you like it.
Review tomorrow. How about that?
Good. I can't wait. I love that movie. Let's bring Juju aboard here. Juju, you going to be watching He-Man tonight on Prime? Now streaming?
Yes, sir.
Yeah!
Absolutely. You know what else is available for streaming? Disclosure Day.
Is it really?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Greg, you know about that Disclosure Day at Spielberg?
I do not.
All right. Disclosure Day. Juju, did you see Disclosure Day yet?
No, I haven't seen it. I was saving these because
All right.
I was influenced by you. They say you're not a movie guy, but damn, you are a movie guy to me, so I trust you.
I'm a great movie guy. Disclosure Day is it's good. I don't know that I say it's great.
That's the one with Michael Douglas,
Okay.
yeah?
And
Him and Demi Moore. Baby.
He-Man though is a great movie. You will love that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
I know
sir. I
about that,
ultimately
Demi Moore.
trust you. I trust you ultimately. That's why I have 2 cases today. I bring forth 2 cases for the Honorable Judge Zaz.
Let's do it.
All rise. The Honorable Jonathan Zaslow now presiding with prejudice.
Yes, sir. Firstly, we got a video out of the Major League Baseball Association where we have a patriot. My boy is mad. I want to know, is this patriotism or is this bullying? Because if this brother doesn't want to stand up for the anthem, I mean, does he have the right to? This is America, Jack. Roll it, video team.
Telling someone to stand up, aggressively telling him to stand up, smacks him in the back of the head. Then he stands up meekishly.
Stood up. Judge Zaz, I need your ruling. Is this patriotism or is this bullying?
Both. I think it's both for sure. You know,
The guy's standing up.
You're a judge.
Ugh.
Pick a side.
Yeah, I think it's both for sure. Certainly, unfortunately I cannot side with the guy who smacked the other guy because whether you're offended or not, like that guy, maybe he served, you know, so he's offended that this person is not standing, and even if that's the case, you can't then just smack him as a result to stand up. Like that's not appropriate behavior. But sidebar here,
Down the middle, Zaz, it sounds like.
sidebar, the dude that gets smacked, can you stand up for yourself a little bit?
Seriously.
He did. He stood up.
He stood up, didn't just look forward, didn't even look back at the guy.
I mean,
Yeah,
Juju,
why would you want to fight?
Juju, can you stand up for yourself in that spot? Come on.
Does the bully patriot realize he could be arrested for assault? You can't physically touch somebody like that.
Although I do end up thinking the guy that smacks him comes off the worst in this video somehow. But yet, if that guy would have stood up and punched the guy, then all of a sudden we are now again mad at the guy.
Yeah.
You didn't stand, and now you're gonna get aggressive with the guy. So it's I don't know.
I'm finding everybody guilty with prejudice.
That's why I love you, Zaz. Next case is more personal. Now, it's concert season going around, and I got my old lady, you know what I mean? She want to go to a couple concerts here and there.
I know.
Someone offers us concert tickets. You know me, I like to have my feet on the wood. I like to be courtside. I like a certain type of je ne sais quoi, if you don't know what I mean. Is it fair or foul of me to ask them, where are the seats, before accepting the seats?
Great question.
Yeah.
Great question. It is completely fair for you to ask, all right? You have a reputation to uphold. You can't be sitting up in the upper level, all right? Because then you embarrass yourself, you embarrass Alley-Oop, you embarrass Good Follow, you embarrass the Dan Le Batard Show, you embarrass yourself, all right? So it is fair to ask where the seats are. With prejudice.
It's a tough spot though, because I think the question is fair, but if you get if you find out they're nosebleeds, then what's the response? Is it the kindly, thank you so much for the gesture, but I'm gonna pass?
Yeah.
Or do you just take the tickets, make them think you go, and then buy better seats?
You push it out into the future. Be
Careful
like,
with
I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up for
Careful
sure.
with who you ask that. If I offer tickets to somebody and they ask me where they are, I'm like, never again. Not yours.
I agree. I would be annoyed. I'd be annoyed.
Yeah, the judge's ass has ruled though, but
with prejudice.
But moving on to the WNBA, man, we got great news, breaking news out of the W. Queen Fee, Nafisa Collier, is returning today at 3 p.m. for Camp Day, the most glorious time in WNBA. Oh, my God, pairing her up with Olivia Miles right now, who many are saying it's a three-horse race in the MVP for the WNBA. That's Asia Wilson, that's Paige Beckers, and that's Olivia Miles. Now you giving her the MVP candidate for the last couple of seasons. It is up in Minnesota right now. Salute.
Juju, when do we start a dialogue that the Dallas Wings really blew it by not drafting Olivia Miles?
I mean, the dialogue can be started, bro. It's already been started. And I was one of the people who got out in front of that and said I was wrong because I thought Lauren Betts should have been chosen earlier. Boy, was I wrong. I think Dallas is making it work, though, with AZ because Paige is just such a star, and you can rely on her the whole fourth quarter. And Arike Agumawale, which she stepped up in Paige's absence the other day. So I think AZ fits over there, but Olivia Miles is proven to be the best player in recent draft history.
Juju, what is this you got for us on Justin Fields? What's going on there?
Brothers, I was on Twitter yesterday, bruh, and I was stopped in my tracks once I seen this picture because I forgot. You dig? I be forgetting these transactions be happening earlier after the season. This picture almost sent me in the shot yesterday.
Chiefs jersey.
I was like, right, my boy Justin Fields is a Chief. I forgot all about that. I forgot Patrick Mahomes got something with his knee going on. Out of bounds on me, but that is the jarring picture of the day.
That is a little bit weird. Juju, before we get to the polls here.
You got it.
Thank you.
Basically the same thing.
Tony, I'm looking for a full review tomorrow. I'm very excited.
You got it.
I'm very excited that you're going to watch He-Man tonight. Now, if you're searching for He-Man in Prime, it's called Masters of the Universe. Actually, I call it He-Man. So just make sure you search Masters of the Universe.
Good note.
Yeah, I don't want you to say, "Oh, Zaslow, I thought you said it was coming out and you're a big liar." I'm not a liar. It's called Masters of the Universe, okay? All right, very good. Juju, let's get some polls.
Yes, sir. Do you know how much a shekel is worth?
Good question.
92% of the audience says no, they do not.
Zaz, this is bad. Get Up just came back from break, and it said Miami mishap in big, bold letters.
I know, I don't like it.
This thing is being framed as Miami really messing this up.
But Dan cleared it up.
But they didn't.
It reminds me of that guy on Succession. Remember his son made that thing, and he was at the desk like, oh, sorry, guys. You think I want to talk to Goldhammer? 58% of the audience says no, they don't.
Goldhammer.
Is there an injury in sports worse than a ruptured testicle? 92% of the audience says no, there is not. Ugh. Worst injury, ruptured testicle or fractured testicle? Ay, ay, ay. 88% of the audience says ruptured testicle. Yeah, man, because if it's fractured, if it's ruptured, that's 6-7. Are some people awake during brain surgery? Tony. 73% of the audience says yes, they are.
23 need to Google something.
Did you land the backflip if you land on your ass? 91% of the audience says no, you did not, Cam. I'd like to remind people right now that DraftKings Powerball tickets get 5 right now wherever you are, all 50 states. Do you really trust the concierge? 59% of the audience says no, they don't.
Wow.
Is the concierge compromised? 84% of the audience says yes, he is. Or she or they. Is chicken parmalee the highest praise? 57% of the audience says yes, it is.
You're damn right.
Is Chip Kelly a silly little goose?
Great polls today.
I'll do my boy like that. 91% of the audience says yes, he is. Has Mike ever been more ready to shit? 69% of the audience says no, he has not.
That was gratuitous. It was.
And last poll, can that brother piss?
Yeah!
71% of the audience says yes, and those are your polls.
Good job. Thanks, Juju.
Yes, sir.
Folks, listen up. This summer, whatever you're watching, baseball, golf, soccer, racing, DraftKings Sports has you covered. The DraftKings Sports app, now available in all 50 states, bringing the action straight to your fingertips wherever you are. One app, every market, so you're always in the excitement at the speed of sports. New DraftKings customers, sign up with code DAN. Spend $5 and get $150 in rewards within 14 days. That's code DAN. Includes all markets in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Thank you. Good night, everybody.